I can see the light.
What is going on, ladies and holy cow, that's a lot. I apologize. All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Meet the Gamers Live. Obviously with your host Jeffrey Gamer and CJ, and tonight's guest is going to be Nightcop. It is going to be Nightcop 35. I'm not too sure why he's not in here yet. But it will be Nightcop tonight. Tonight's going to be a really nice episode. DJ Goham is up in the chat. Thank you so much, DJ Goham. I appreciate you being here. It means a lot for you to be up in here. Shout out to DJ Goham, guys. I'm sure you guys already know who he is. But if you have not, go check him out. Definitely really good farming sim videos, guys. It's FS19 news. And a lot of really good mods he does showcases on, guys. So make sure to go check him out. And let's get the show started. I do want to give a huge thanks to everybody out there that has subbed to me that got me to 1K. I do appreciate it very much, guys. Like I said in my tutorial, we will be putting out a lot of content when it comes time for school to end in about maybe 16 days-ish. Hey, I appreciate that, DJ Goham. But yeah, guys, I will be pushing out a good amount of content when it comes time for school to wrap it up. Like I said, about 15, 20 days-ish. Then we will be pushing out a lot of content. But guys, make sure to check out our guest, Nightcop. The link is in the description, like always. And let's get to it, guys.
No, I think it's right now. Okay, yeah, we're correct.
You got your your camera's not on though.
Let me turn on camera.
There you go.
There you go.
There he
Holy
is.
shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's Nightcop right there, guys. He is our special guest tonight. Make sure you check him out in the description and go show this guy some love. As a matter of fact, he is one of my paid members over here on the Criminal Justice community. I am going to drop his link in the live chat if I can ever find it here. There it is, guys and girls. He's linked down in the description. He's also in the live chat now. There is his link, ladies and gentlemen. Go show this man some love. And yeah, y'all enjoy the show. This is going to be an interesting episode of Meet the Gamers, and we are ready to roll with this. Just waiting on Jeffrey and Cookies to finish their intro.
Just waiting on Jeffrey.
I'd catch him's up in my chat. I know that's one of your subscribers there, Nightcop. That's one of your subscribers. I catch him.
I catch him. Oh yeah, I catch him.
Yeah, that's one of your subscribers, right? Yeah, he's over in my chat.
Law enforcement of 21 years.
Oh, is he really?
Absolutely. Wow. He was a deputy sheriff, really good guy. We're not close friends yet, but we're getting there because we're going to go eat crawfish together with some corn on the cob and stuff because he just lives like an hour and a half away from me up in the Smoky Mountains.
Oh, wait a minute. Where are you from?
Well, I'm from L.A., which is Lower Alabama.
Wait a minute, you're in Tennessee?
I'm in Chattanooga.
I'm like 2 hours away from Chattanooga.
Where you at?
I'm about 30 minutes from Nashville, a place called Ashland City.
Oh hell.
Yeah.
I'm in Chattanooga.
I did not know that you were in Tennessee.
I don't know the song Chattanooga Choo Choo. I hadn't memorized that song yet, but I am from Chattanooga. I can hum it for you if you want me to, but I can't sing it.
That is amazing. I did not know you were from Tennessee. That is awesome.
I'm not from here. Like I said, I'm from L.A. originally.
Right.
It's Lower Alabama.
I got you. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're waiting on Jeffrey now to finish his intro.
Yep. I just want to make sure, is everybody in my chat, can you guys hear me okay? Somebody say yes. Somebody say, I know Trent's going to say no, but go ahead. Tell me if you can hear.
Trent's a troublemaker.
That's a good question too on my chat, guys. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear them? What's up, Game Row? Good to see you, man. Where have you been, brother?
You know, before we even get started, I want to let everybody know I've been excited about this show for a while. So what I did today is I went out to a place called Ulta, which is a makeup place, but they also sell male cologne. And I got some brand new cologne, and I would just like to know everybody's opinion on how is it a good cologne? You guys
Hold on.
like it or
Closer,
not?
get closer. Can you get closer to your camera?
Hold on. Hold on. My knees don't work like they used to.
Funny.
I'm ready. That's new clone and everything. I splashed it on too, like this. I've seen the commercials.
Great. Everybody here, as you all know, we have Gaming with Cookies, who is now in the 1K club. Congratulations on Cookies for
I
that.
appreciate it.
We have Criminal Justice, aka
Hey-o.
Speedy God, aka CJ Farms, aka the Godfather of GTA. And we have
Definitely.
our very honorable guest, Nightcop 35. There's that salute that we love
There's a
so
salute,
much,
man.
There's the salute. What's
There
up,
we
Daniel? How you
go.
doing? Hey,
We
Sphinx
got
said
a
Nightcop,
Glee Club
most
meeting
attractive
going on here,
YouTuber.
guys. A Glee Club meeting. and Chocolate Chip brought the pom-poms.
He
Thank
did.
you, Chocolate Chip.
Yeah.
And he raised his seat up a little bit for you, man.
Yep.
I know. What happened? Man, I'm disappointed. You gave me a little bit of ammunition, and now you just took it. You emptied out
Took
my
it right away.
little squirt gun. Because you were like this last week. I'm like, oh, I'm getting him on that shit. He ain't going to sit like that.
Yeah, I tilted my camera up just for you.
See, you shouldn't have done that, man. You ruined my bonfire. I bought marshmallows and everything.
He snuffed it right out, man.
Yep.
I know. Gregory, how you doing, my man? I see you shaved. Thank you, sir.
So
Can you hear me, Jeffrey?
I can hear you.
How's it
Yeah,
going,
man.
Daniel?
God, you shaved. It looks good, man.
Oh, you said Gregory. I thought you were talking to somebody in your chat.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jeffrey. Every time I see your
Yeah,
name, I
no,
say, oh, look, it's Gregory Gaming.
Gregory Gaming. I'll have to
I
change
changed
it
your
one
name
day.
when you wasn't looking.
Hey, what's up, Mikey Poo? Mikey Poo is up in the house. Mexican sighting. Yeah, we got the Mexican is up in the house.
Mexican
What is up,
side.
the Mexican? Careful, man. We got a cop here.
Oh, no, but you got a cop with 0 arrest powers, okay? I'm not mandated by anybody. If I
Hey,
walked
do you-
out my door and said hi to my neighbor, they'd arrest me for impersonating a police officer, okay?
Oh no, shit. Do you want to see what I made, especially for
What'd
you?
make?
Right
Oh,
here.
Man, I can't wait.
It's a little deputy star.
But see, I'm not a deputy.
No, I know,
didn't
but I am.
advance that high.
Deputy Gibson.
They didn't want me to have that much jurisdiction.
Right?
Exclude him into city only. Don't put his ass in this big ass county.
There will be trouble.
There will be trouble. That's too much
There will be
power for that
trouble.
little smart ass. Just keep him. Yeah, just keep him in the city.
That's for Deputy Gibson right there.
Deputy Gibson, baby.
Yep.
Deputy Gibson.
And I would like to do a personal shout out to my buddy I Catch Him. He's, like I said, he's 21 years law enforcement. Man, I appreciate you being here. And thanks for all your help on my stream. And my buddy Dave Rainica, who's my moderator. So there you go.
Nice. Well, I want to say, since all of us over here in this community support our troops, veterans, EMS, firefighters, police officers, we do want to say to Nightcop and I Catch Him, thank you guys for your service as police officers, as you guys are way more appreciated than you will ever know. I know that right now in the political world, it is a bad time for cops, and unfortunately, it is the bad apples out there that make the good cops like yourselves look bad. And it's unfortunate that the good cops are always the ones that pay for that, and that's very sad. But we do want to say thank you guys for your service. We really do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree
You
with
bringing the
CJ.
cake
100%.
out now? I mean, I want the cake. The German chocolate cake.
Oh, hold
I
on.
mean, that was like heart moving, man. I appreciate that. But I mean, if there's no German chocolate cake afterwards, it's like, okay.
The words mean nothing, right?
Yep.
Thank you, CJ. Oh no, the words meant everything. I appreciate it,
Everything.
CJ.
Yeah, man. You know it.
Hey, Thomas Collins. What Fade Demon? Yeah, we have. Listen, just like when Chris the Cop was on, we wanted everybody to ask questions.
Yeah.
A lot of people are wondering what the story is that CJ has kind of dropped in everybody's ear. But right now, one of the questions is, what was it like being a traffic unit?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a good
man.
question. Yeah.
Like winning the lottery every day. You know, there's not one time in 17 years, because I worked 6 at night to 6 in the morning. And we did that. The way our rotation work was I'd be 6 at night, 6 in the morning, Monday and Tuesday. Then I'd be off Wednesday and Thursday. Then I'd work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But the next week, so I get off Monday morning at 6 a.m. Now I'm off Monday and Tuesday. I work Wednesday and Thursday, and then I'm off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And every day off, I worked off-duty security somewhere. So I didn't really have a day off because I had kids. Now, with these kids, there's never been blood tests on any of them. I got 4 boys, never blood tests. Their mother said they're mine. She's lied to me before. I don't know. Okay. I'm just up in the air about that. I don't know if they're mine or not. So, but they're always coming over for child support. They're in their 30s now, and I pay child support weekly. So,
Jesus.
Their 30s.
but here's the thing. There's not one time in those years that I dreaded getting in my uniform, putting on my vest. And the reason I was so excited, probably because I'm 118 pounds soaking wet, but with my vest on and my Batman belt, I'd get up to about 125. So I could, I gained weight every night when I got in uniform. So it was awesome for me. But not once did I ever dread going to work. Like, oh man, I got to go on duty now. I got 20 minutes. I couldn't wait to get out there. But I'm a hyper guy. So I mean, I'm ready.
Right.
So it was I always wanted to be a traffic unit, and 4 years into my career, I became the traffic unit. 3 years later, I became over the traffic units because I didn't want to be a sergeant. I didn't want to be a lieutenant. No, people ask me all the time in my chat, hey, what rank were you? Like that even matters. Like, okay, so if I was a sergeant, you'd like my stream more? No rank.
Right.
I was a traffic unit. Level 3 accident investigator, meaning I could reconstruct accidents. I could do fatality accidents. I didn't need to call in GSP because most officers, you know, if you got a fatality, you got to call GSP into working. But as a level 3 accident investigator, I didn't have to do that. So
Were you able to do FSTs and stuff like that?
I don't even know what's a FST.
Oh,
I'm not good at abbreviations. My chat will tell you.
Sobriety tests.
No,
Field sobriety.
You know that. I'm glad you brought that up because field sobriety test is a bunch of shit. I'm just going to tell you. In 2001, you know, we got some technology in law enforcement, and in Galls is a law enforcement store that now I guess you can just go online before you call a 1-800 number and order that stuff.
You get all your police lights and stuff, right?
My police light like this, like a mag light. You can get the mag light and the police vest and, you know, some Tinkerbell shit that you can play around with. Anytime a cop gets a new play purdy, oh, you know it. Because he doesn't tell everybody in the Sally Port, hey, I got a new play purdy, look.
Yeah.
But I bought an intoxilizer, a portable intoxilizer, about that long, about like the digital thermometers are now. So the field sobriety test, oh my God, I'm not jumping on 1 foot, and I'm sober. This stuff that say your ABCs backwards, here's what people don't understand about that. That is a psychological test, okay? Because if you're drunk, you're going to attempt to say your alphabets backwards.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, what? I can't do that. That's what people will say. Then we know, okay, you passed that part. I don't expect them to say their ABCs backwards. But once I got that intoxilizer, I didn't do field sobrieties. I like, here, blah, 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 blah. And it beep if they went over 0.08.
What's the highest?
36.
Can you recall the highest you've ever seen?
36.
It's probably not like mine.
Whoa.
Keith Whitley died at 32. Keith Whitley, this country and western singer, he died back in the 80s of alcohol poisoning, and he blew a 32. Or his blood level was 32.
Yeah, he was a bad alcoholic, man. But a great singer. A great singer.
Oh, man.
Man, I love hearing Keith Whitley.
Singing. I was just eyeballing Lori Morgan.
And his wife, yeah.
In those white tight pants. I'm like,
Yeah, she was hot to trot, man. Lori Morgan was. She was.
I would stop drinking. I'm just saying. So with Lori Morgan, oh yeah, I'd stop drinking. Of
Yeah.
course, I heard Jeffrey stopped drinking as soon as they invented the funnel. Is that true, Jeffrey?
No, yeah, it's more of
Yeah.
a sucking now.
Yeah, now they invented the funnel. He
Absorbing.
stopped drinking, ladies and gentlemen. He don't drink anymore. He just uses the funnel.
Yeah, it's
Right.
called absorbing.
But yeah, these field sobriety tests, bunch of shit. I don't even know. I watch these videos. I do these police action videos on my stream.
Hey,
like,
how's it going,
"Why
Daniel
are you gonna
Justice?
field
I
sobriety
appreciate
test?"
that.
That
Congrats
gives
on
you your
1K. I
probable
appreciate
cause.
it.
You go ahead and read
I
implied
appreciate you
consent,
like my videos
which
too. I do
implied
appreciate
consent
that,
is
definitely.
like kind of like reading a Miranda, but it's not. It's asking them to take the intoxilizer test at the station, where you have to print out the card and they blow 3 times, and you can't use that portable one in court, but it does give you the probable cause to go ahead and arrest them for DUI, take them to the station, and get a legal breathalyzer on them.
Right.
That I can use in court.
Well, usually
Field
that
sobriety
contains
test-
a blood sample, right? Can't you guys legally do blood samples too?
You can, but the only time we use blood samples is in an accident.
Right.
If he was
right.
involved in an accident, I'm getting
Mhm.
blood.
Right.
If
Right.
it's not an accident, I'm just going to have him blow, take him in there. And I just pulled him over for a DUI. But yeah, any accident, I don't care if he just bumped a car. I want blood. And I'll
Right.
take him
Right.
to the
Yeah.
emergency room. We'll
you-
sit there and wait for a little while, go upstairs and get blood.
Yeah.
What state were you based in?
I'm sorry?
What state were you officer in?
The United States of Georgia.
Georgia.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah,
Georgia.
Chris the cop is in chat, and he's saying some states you have to do field sobriety tests before you can. Like he's in California, so he says they have to do field sobriety tests before they can break out the breathalyzer.
Yeah,
By
I get
code,
it.
he has to do that.
But see, you got to understand, California is a different country. They wouldn't let my little southern ass in there with my passport and all. I'd never make it through customs. They'd be like, "Oh hell no, your little narrow ass is going back to the south." Okay,
As soon
we
as you
don't
get
need
off,
that
as soon as you get off the,
redneck shit here.
how long
they wouldn't
did
let
it
me in.
take? How many
Do
years
what?
did it take to become a police officer and then traffic unit?
Well,
Hmm.
I mean, I got in law enforcement in 1995.
Hey,
This
exactly,
academy was only 8
Daniel's
weeks
Justice.
then.
Definitely
And to me,
stay
that was like a
positive.
lifetime. I'm like,
and I
8 weeks.
definitely,
Jeez.
I
Right.
would say,
Which is what, 2
and I'm
months?
not really doing it very
It's 2
much
months,
myself,
right?
but
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
stay
6 months here in
consistent
New
with
York.
uploads.
16 weeks,
Yeah.
But like I
21
said, I will
weeks.
Yeah,
be
6
posting more
months here.
content.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot more to
when it
learn now. I
comes
believe is
to
what it is.
school.
There's so much more to learn
After
now.
school, I will be
with
posting a lot of
all the
content
technology.
in about like 50
Yeah,
days.
Now it's
yeah.
going to take me a
But,
month to
yeah,
figure out a dash cam.
I appreciate that. Definitely stay
Right.
positive.
Ethan Gaming 71
yeah,
wanted to
definitely.
know, Nightcop. He said, "Did your ears hurt when you had to run your sirens? Does it affect your hearing?"
No.
Doesn't?
Not
Because
at all.
inside the
Because
car, I mean, your speaker's in the front of your car, correct? It's in the grill.
Speak of the car, yeah, it's in the grill. When I first started, I had one above me and in the grill. But
Okay.
then I went to a newer Crown Vic, and there was double speakers in the front behind the grill. No,
And those things are
and-
loud.
they are. But here's the thing: people don't understand when you're in a 1080 or a car chase, and you're hauling at 120 miles an hour. Most of the siren sound's going behind you.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Pass people, and they won't yield, and people get mad on the video, like, "Get out of the way, get out." They don't hear it because you're going too fast.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Behind
Yeah,
you,
the speed of
everybody behind you
sound.
hear it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, man.
but yeah, you don't run your siren with your window down. I mean, if you're going to roll your window down, obviously you're listening for.
Did you see the way he
somebody
just did
breaking in
that?
the house, you're easing through neighborhoods
Well,
and all
like
that.
that?
And I did
He's
that. I
It's like you're gonna roll your
because
window
that was my
down.
first unit. I was like this, rolling that
Cookies-
down, and it would
Cookies
hang up.
looking,
and you
what's
had
he
to shut
doing?
the door.
No, no,
No,
because my father's truck is my father's truck is a 04 and
Has
it's got the
yeah.
roll up windows. Yeah.
Yep, the
Got
roll
the
up
old
windows.
creak on it, the
Holy
creak window,
shit.
yeah.
Ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen, oh my! Did you guys just hear that? Chocolate Chip said something on the street. Holy shit. What did I tell you guys? I'd get him to talk. Welcome to the show, Chocolate Chip. Now we can get started.
Jeez.
That's great.
Oh man.
Yeah, we got
Oh,
we got
yeah,
some
I didn't
questions.
think you were gonna talk, man. I was fixing to learn sign language and stuff. Like,
Have you ever? Now, here's the $1,000,000 question, and I asked Chris the cop this. One of us did, right? Have you ever? Were you ever unfortunate enough, or fortunate enough, depending on the situation, to shoot somebody and or take their life?
no, thank
No.
God, thank God.
So
I
you've
never
never,
shot
you've
anybody.
of all the years in service, you've never had to discharge a fight, or you did, and
Oh, absolutely, I did. I'm just not a very good shot because I missed every time.
yeah,
You know, and here's the secret I was going to tell. I told my whole stream, look, I got a secret, and that I'm glad you brought that up.
Oh,
Because
yep, the
here's the
secret.
Here's a lot of things people don't understand about. Every year we have to qualify on our weapons. You got to go to the range and you got to qualify and you got to hit. I don't remember the I think it's over a 70 or a 75 or 75. I think you have to make a higher than a 75. Oh heck, what happened to chocolate chip?
he's praying.
Okay, he's probably got to get some of that sore throat
Hold
stuff.
on, guys.
He
I'll
did
be
talk a
I'll be
lot
back
right
in
there,
a
ladies and
second.
gentlemen,
I'll
for
be back in a
his
second, guys. I really have to use the bathroom. I'll be back in a second.
Jeez.
You go to the firing range every year to qualify on your weapon. Whatever you're going to carry on your side, you got to qualify for.
Right.
And it was always so funny to me to watch these rookies out there, or the people that's only been in law enforcement maybe a year or so, and it's just so, it's like the end of the world if they don't get in the high 90s, right? And I pulled a couple of them off one day and I said, look, you do not want to do your best when you're qualifying on your weapon. And here's why. See, I did an 87. That was my score usually between an 85 and an 87. I could have done, and I'm not bragging and I'm not making this up. I could have done in the 90s. But I learned something in an in-service class because in every state, you have to have so many hours of in-service training every year to keep your arrest powers. You have to go to classes. And in Georgia, it's 20 hours a year. I usually did 40, 60, whatever. I'd sign up for all kind of shit just to go to the class and learn something new. But at the firing range, if you're shooting a 98, 2 weeks later, 2 years later, 10 years later, you get involved in a shooting and the guy passes away. Officer involved, fatal shooting. The defense attorney is going to be asking you, well, why didn't you just shoot the gun out of his hand? Why didn't you just shoot him in the leg?
Oh, so they go back and they
Right.
pull that. They
Yeah,
pull
because
that
you scored a
score.
98 on your last qualification. You could
Oh,
have
Makes
shot the gun
sense.
out of his hand. Is that not correct? An
Right.
87, they'll be like, hey, Patterson, you were lucky that you even hit the guy at 87.
Right.
So they're not going to expect that from me. If I get
Right.
involved in a shooting and I have to kill the guy, that attorney's not going to ask me, why didn't you shoot the gun out of the hand? Because I'm shooting at 85, 87.
Right.
Officers out there, when you qualify, don't do your best at the firing range. That defense attorney's going to eat you for lunch if you ever have to kill somebody or
Right.
shoot somebody. But
Especially
you know,
today,
I've been
especially like
involved.
today, they really will. Especially like the way
Absolutely.
things are now, man. They're gonna nail you to the courtroom wall. I would assume.
Absolutely.
yeah. I mean,
But it
everything
makes sense,
nowadays.
man. That
is-
makes a lot
Why
of
didn't you
sense.
twirl your gun like the Lone Ranger and just do it?
Go, 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 go.
No, they're not going to ask me that because they think I'm a terrible shot.
Right.
I could
Right.
have scored 93, 94, 95, but the last 5 or 6 shots from like the 25-yard, the 50-yard, all that, you want to pull them, and I just kind of just move over a little bit and let it just go past the target. I did it on purpose. Because
Right.
in an in-service class, when the instructors told us that, and it made all the sense in the world, I'm like, nope, I'm never gonna score that high on a firing range ever again.
And it makes
So,
sense. It makes perfect sense.
it
That
does.
makes
Yeah.
a lot of sense, man.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah,
I
I've
never
been
would have
involved
known
in
that. Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
19, 23 shootings. I mean, I lost count. But
Right.
thank God I never shot. I had never had to kill anybody, and my bullets never landed on flesh. So,
Right.
Wow.
but I've
You did.
shot my weapon several times on duty. But
Right.
people think it's so easy. See, shooting a silhouette at the firing range is a hell of a lot different than shooting a moving target that's shooting back.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I've been there, done that.
Breathing.
Couldn't
And
afford
breathing,
the
I mean-
t-shirt, but I've been there and done that.
Well, and the adrenaline's going too. When all that's going on, your adrenaline's going. I mean, it's like the blink of like from what you explained. I think it was one of your Twitch streams I was watching. You said when something like that happens, it's the blink of an eye, and it happens so fast. You know.
You're up to 100 miles an hour. Any officer that
Yeah.
been in law enforcement longer than 2 years will tell you it goes to 0 to 100 miles an hour that quick.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't imagine being in a predicament like that, man. Having to pull a weapon and use it. I mean.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Was I able to smoke on here? You guys were talking
You're
about smoke.
no, you're good.
Nah,
You're good. Go
good,
ahead,
man.
man.
Go
You
for it,
smoke
man.
a
Chocolate chip
cigarette.
was allergic to smoke, so you asked me not to smoke. Sorry, chocolate chip. You're allergic. I'll put it out if you want me to.
Right into the corner.
Yeah.
Thomas Collins says, "Thank you for your service to Nightcop." And Nightcop, the 35 is. We just found this out earlier. CJ and I were talking with Nightcop earlier in a VC. The 35 is his badge number, so that's where Nightcop
Yeah, it's
35 came from.
35.
I think
that's
your
a unique-
1,000 giveaway should be that badge.
Yeah.
what was it?
Your 1,000 subscriber giveaway should be that badge right there.
Oh hell no!
Yeah.
Yeah,
He worked hard
somebody
for
offered
that,
me
man.
$10,000 for this badge. It's not mine to sell.
I would imagine that,
Wow.
that badge has a lot of sentimental value behind it. I imagine there's a lot of sentimental value there on your
Absolute.
chest, man. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, it is.
Now Bobo lives in Georgia. He says thank you for your service. Bobo, what part of Georgia do you live in?
Nick Grundy, thank you for your service as a firefighter. Nick Grundy says, firefighter from Iowa. Hello, Nightcop. How's it going? Believe Nick.
He's been
Nick-
in my stream before. How you
Yeah,
doing,
he's-
buddy?
He was in your stream the other night, I think, when I was there
Yeah.
hanging out, and he was Nick
was.
Grundy was in there. Thank you
He
for your
was harassing
service,
the
Nick.
hell out of me. Yeah.
Oh, was he? Was he?
It was all my fault that they didn't fill up his crystal burger bag or something. I forgot what it was all about, but I told him to go back and biggie fry it. And then I remember that's only at McDonald's, so I screwed that shit up.
Yeah.
Ethan Gaming and Nicholas LaCroix also says thank you for your service, Nightcop. You're going to get a lot of that in here because, like I said, we all support the troops and the officers and the firefighters in this community. We
Yes,
talk a
true.
lot about it. Yeah,
Man, those
Yeah,
military troops, let
absolutely.
me tell you guys,
man.
you can't compare what the military goes through to what police officers go through. The
Yeah.
military,
Right.
oh my God, could you imagine being away from your family for a year and not knowing when a bomb's going to explode next to you? We don't have to go through all that.
Right.
my
Yeah,
hat's
that's
off to
insane.
Every military.
You know, a lot of the military
yeah,
guys,
man.
I know some military people, and they said that they're Lawrenceville, Georgia. He lives in.
I know where Lawrenceville is.
Yeah, a lot of them say that IEDs are their biggest fear when over there in combat, because that you can't see, you don't know. You know, gunfights are gunfights. You know which direction it's coming from, unless it's like a sniper that's
Mhm.
3 miles away. But it's those IEDs, man, that can cause crazy damage, and you don't know where they are.
That's an explosive device, right? An IED.
It's the roadside bombs that they bury alongside the
Oh,
road.
okay,
They'll
yeah.
put them underneath cars.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Yeah.
military will walk right by them and then they'll detonate them.
Yeah.
Man, that's sad,
gee.
man.
I also want to give I guess you could say like a shout out to our deputy director in
can't
CJ's
believe you're
server.
talking. Oh yeah.
I want to give a shout out to our deputy director in CJ's
Oh
server.
yeah.
And this coming Friday, I think, he's going to be going away at boot camp for a Marine. He's going to be away for 3 months from his family, and it's his first time being away from his family ever. So I want to give a shout out to Nick01. Nick01, we will definitely miss you in CJ server.
Yeah, man.
Big
Definitely
shout
stay
out, big
safe.
shout out to Nick
We
One, man.
appreciate
and
your
thank
service,
you.
Nick. We appreciate
Yes,
you, man.
thank
We
you
really
for your
do.
service.
Yes.
Metra
thank you.
says
And my
thank you for your
son-
service from Chicago, and Jobin says Nightcop, thank you for your service
Well, thank you. From Chicago?
from Chicago, the suburbs of
Oh my
Chicago.
God, I thought they hated me in Chicago. Thank
Oh, wait.
you, man.
Wait.
All the way from
He
Chicago.
just sent
See,
another
my little ass
message.
can't go up there where it's cold.
He
Ain't no
just
way.
sent another message. He said, "Don't ever come back to Chicago."
Okay, well, see, now that makes sense. Now I can relate to that. That's what I expected. And I am gonna come through there because they got great pizza there, man. I'm just saying.
Deep dish.
Now, guys, my son Sean, he was in the army. He's not, he got out, but he was in the army. So when all that stuff was going on, so you know, I always salute him. So thank you, my buddy Sean. And I didn't forget. I saw that bullshit in the chat. Oh, I guess he forgot. No, I didn't forget, son. You don't forget stuff like that. That's one of the ones that there's never been blood tests. So I don't know if he's mine. You know why I can say that? Because all four of them look just like me. I can't deny them. So
You'll have to tell him to get in touch with us.
yeah,
We'd
they
like to
all
have a
look just
chat with
like
them
me.
about their dad.
Yeah, they're my
Did
buddies.
it stop being your kids as a police officer? Were they able to hide shit from you?
No.
Or is being a police dad like you're it's I could ask Paul G this question who actually just sent me a message on my phone that said that his dad was doing he got a perfect score at the police range, the firing test, but the female officer next to him hit metal and her bullet ricocheted and hit his target and it messed up his perfect score. So yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that sucks.
But I wonder what it's like being the kid of a cop. You know, can you get away with shit?
Oh,
Or
I was a kid of a cop. I came from law enforcement family. My father was a deputy sheriff. My uncle was a deputy sheriff. Law enforcement family across the board. Here's the thing. You don't really have to worry about hiding shit because nobody at school that's doing anything illegal wants anything to do with you because they know your dad's a deputy sheriff.
Yeah.
Right,
So they're like, oh no, don't go around him with that. Don't offer him no marijuana. Are you kidding? He can spell that shit backwards. His cop dad's a cop.
right.
So, and my kids went through the same thing. Here was the thing that I didn't know at the time. You know, CJ, when I saved that little baby, I did not know that all four of my kids, because we were all in the newspaper, you know, they did this photo shoot of my kids sitting all around me and my patrol unit, and they became instant celebrities. Every girl there wanted to be their girlfriend now. They become, they're probably standing in the hall giving out autographs and shit.
Right.
So that was cool. I just found that out a couple months ago. I didn't know that happened at their school, but you know, Dad, we became celebrities for months.
That's
all
a
in the
cool
newspapers
story too, man. When it plays and I watch it, I love watching that story. I love watching it.
Have the link. Is there any way you can post that link somehow so I can share
How
it
do
with
I
my?
do that?
You would have to go to is the video on YouTube?
You normally play it from your Stream Deck, right?
Yeah, I've got it on my Stream Deck.
So you just hit a button, it starts playing for your audience through your OBS. That's how you do it.
Yeah, it's a cool video. It's about how you said, how old was the baby?
Well, I could 3 weeks.
3
Now,
weeks
I could
old.
play it right here, and it would show up where I am.
All right, so everybody go over to Nightcop stream. Click his
Yeah.
link there, guys. I'm going to drop his link again here.
Yeah,
In the chat.
Nightcop is linked right down below.
So go over to his channel, guys, and I want everybody to watch this clip that he's about to play. This is a pretty amazing story. I don't know why my eyes look like they're different colors on the camera today. Look at that.
I was gonna ask, you
See
know,
that?
looking at you, CJ, really wants me to be a paranormal investigator.
I don't know why it's like that.
Right now with
It's so
blue
weird.
and brown and shit going on.
I'm telling you, I see Matthew McConaughey. Whenever I see CJ, man, I think of Matthew
My
McConaughey.
hair.
Yeah.
Benzo's the same thing.
Does he?
Does he?
It's your
I
voice
was
too.
gonna
You
get
get
him
that.
a curling iron, but I decided against it because oh no, he's got enough curls. That's all
Oh,
right.
it's natural, man. Yeah.
Hit that link right there and shoot on over to Nightcop's channel. He's going to play the video. I really want y'all to see this video, and you can see him with darker hair and a mustache too.
I'm gonna pin
Yeah,
his link, guys, in the chat too.
There's a
I'm gonna
story
pin his
why I
link.
shaved off my mustache. Okay, you guys ready?
Gosh.
Let me know when you guys are ready, and I'll start.
Yep, just pop in his
Yep.
chat. Just let him know you're there, and yeah, there, I see everybody jumping up in your
Those
chat.
numbers,
You
those
got
are
you got
rookie
42
numbers.
people that are
It's on
watching you, man.
It's almost like we rated him.
I know, right?
Yeah, I got
You
like
got
41
42
people over here
Yeah,
with me.
man. You got a lot of people over
I
there.
guess
There
they
you go.
thought I had the baked beans over here. CJ's got the baked beans and Jeffrey's got the damn meats. We're having a family reunion, but they didn't send nothing at my
I've
house.
got the meats. Everybody over there.
I'm bringing the
Everybody's
salt
ready.
and
Yep.
pepper.
Everybody's over there.
I got the salt and pepper, guys. Don't worry about that. You bring the meats.
All right, so everybody's
Here we
over
go,
there.
guys.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right, so
Here we go,
everybody's
guys.
over there. So let's do it.
All right.
I'm gonna mute my video because I want to watch it myself. I'm gonna mute my video because I want to watch it myself.
More about what happened. Whitney, what happened?
Well, Danita, this is such a touching story, and it may make some of you parents out there want to go learn CPR. Officer Patterson was driving his normal patrol route when he saw the frantic mother flagging his car down. The mother, 26-year-old Dennis Shepard, said that she had heard gagging noises coming from her 3-week-old baby's room. When she entered the room, she saw the baby gasping for air. Having no phone, she desperately ran out to the street with the baby in her arms to find help. It was here that the mother, Denise Shepard, clutching her baby Lindsay, flagged down Officer Patterson, who just happened to be turning the corner.
It was amazing that he came around the corner when he did. There was not a car in sight and there was nobody home, and I had no phone.
Patterson said that Denise was crying out that her baby had stopped breathing. He then took the motionless child, placed her in the yard in front of the Shepherd's home, and performed CPR, breathing life into the 3-week-old infant. Denise Shepard stood by with her 3 other children, watching the officer with hope that their baby sister would be saved.
Relief, because I believe that if he hadn't have done what he did, she wouldn't be here now.
When I see her now at the hospital, she's so pretty, and she's really a precious little baby girl. And I'm real happy that she's here.
Patterson says that with 4 boys in his family, he's always wanted a baby girl, and for 5 minutes and a few life-saving breaths, he had one. Well, Danita, the baby's fine right now, and I got a chance to spend some time with her, and it was great, and the whole Shepard family is just so thankful.
That is a very touching story. Thank you, Whitney, for that report.
You know, the best part about that was being that close to Miss Whitney. Yeah, did you see how... And people call me a hero, but let me tell you something, guys. The true hero of that whole thing, because I was just doing what I was trained to do. I was doing my job. But the true hero was that mother. She could have laid there in the bedroom trying to get the baby to breathe, but she had the sense enough to grab the baby and run outside. When I turned the corner, I saw a woman's back running down the road, and I hit my air horn. She turned around, then I saw the baby. The true hero of that story is that mother. I stayed in contact with
story,
her for
man.
2 or 3 years.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that's
definitely.
an amazing story, man. What year did that happen? Somebody had asked what year that happened.
2000. I always have to ask Cindy. 2001, 2002. I mean, the girl's probably 18, 19 years old now, that 3-week-old baby. Because this happened. I mean, look at my Crown Vic. That tells the story right there.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
She owes you a big old wet kiss now. The girl that you saved her life.
Her baby's life.
God, and now I'm disappointed. I thought you were going to give me a kiss, Jeffrey.
Oh, well, that goes without saying, man. I mean,
Okay, come here, sweetheart. Give me a kiss.
oh, Jesus, he called me sweetheart. That's good. Aztec. We got Aztec up in the chat.
Hey,
Oh man.
They
It is.
comment all the time. What was your best patrol unit? A Ford Explorer. Not because of its handling ability, but because when you're putting a suspect in and out of the back seat, it's so much easier to have an SUV.
Right.
Watch your head. Hey, watch your head. Sometimes you don't want to say watch your head because they're a prick.
And you give him a little push into the car.
No, not on purpose. Accidentally on purpose, though.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
Yeah, you don't want to just bang their head. Hey, Chocolate Chip, are you still breathing up there, man? Hey, CJ, check his pulse. Are you okay, man?
Just barely.
Okay, good. Because, man, I saw you with, it was kind of embarrassing because it reminded me of me, but I saw you next to the world's smallest giant, Jeffrey, and I'm like, God dang, he's as tall as me. Talking about you, Chocolate Chip, because you came up to his kneecap. And I'm like, yeah, I think I would go there too. I'm like, holy shit, he's
He
little
calls
like
me
me.
the world's smallest giant.
Yeah.
You're big, man.
I'm tubby. I'm a big guy.
But I don't want to exaggerate. You're not like the Jolly Green Giant because that
Oh,
son
no.
of a bitch is big.
Yeah, he's big.
Man,
Chris the
yeah, he
cop
was.
says he delivered a baby with a cord wrapped around his neck, who now works with him as a cop. Now that's crazy. Chris the cop.
Yeah.
He's another officer
Oh,
that we had on the show.
I was like, no, I never delivered no baby.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
He delivered a baby with the cord wrapped around it. He said he didn't want to take away from your story, but he delivered a baby with a cord wrapped around its neck, and now he works with him as a cop.
That's
You know, Chris
amazing,
the
man.
Cop, let me tell you
Wow.
something about Chris the Cop. I saw him on your show. That's where I first was introduced to him. I watched that show. And man, Chris the Cop, man, you are my hero. When I grow up, I want to be just like you, my man. You can interrupt all you want to, man. This is your CJ's world, but we can still live in it. But CJ Cop, I thought you were awesome, man.
Yeah, that was a good episode. Yeah, we had a good time with Chris the Cop on the show, man. He had a lot of great stories, man, and
everything he said, I was like, yep, I agree. Yep, I'll do that too. Yep.
Yeah.
So if we were in person telling stories and shit, we call them war stories, you know, because after a 1080, you stand around the little circle over by the Sally Port and you say, yeah, man, I was coming around the corner, man, I almost ran into you, you know, the war stories. And you got to embellish a little bit, you know, like you were that close to hitting a tree when you were that far away from the tree. You know, Chris the Cop knows how we do it. But everything he was saying, I was like, man, we need to stand in a circle together and tell our war stories, man, because we agree on everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's my hero, Chris. My hero, man.
There you go, Chris. You heard it from the man himself.
Yep.
Right. So I actually have a question for you, man, and we kind of want to hear your story as to why you are not a police officer anymore and what may have happened in your career.
Now, I've got people asking, do you have Chris the Cop's link to his YouTube? I'd like to put it up in my chat, or I got people asking
I got
for it.
Let me see.
But you guys, look,
Yep.
go over there, subscribe to Chris the Cop's channel. You won't regret it.
Yeah, he's got some good
over
stuff
in your chat.
He's got some good stuff.
Yeah, he does.
I
He
met him
really
on Meet
does.
the Gamers. I was a viewer. I was watching the show. The first episode I ever watched. I was impressed, man. He's just too. See, the thing with Chris the Cop, we're like night and day, right? I'm all hyper and shit. Chris the Cop is too cool, man. He'll slap the shit out of you, and then you're wondering, like, who hit me? Yeah, he's cool.
Okay.
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 There it is right there. Oh shit, I'm not a mod on your channel.
I can make you a mod. How do I do that?
You just click the little 3 dots that are on my name in your chat.
I don't see you in my chat.
Yeah, I just dropped it.
Oh,
Okay,
Dave's
so-
got it. Dave's got it.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
yeah,
Okay, he's
they
got it.
dropped in there.
Dave Ranka's got it. Thank you,
Okay.
Dave.
I'm also gonna drop Chris the Cop's channel in my chat just in
Yeah,
case
guys, you got
Some-
to
y'all have never go check
put
him out.
him in my stream deck too, man, because
Chris
he's
is
been
real
my
cool.
chat
Everything
a
I
lot.
know.
Chris
by
is
way
cool.
of YouTube videos.
He really is. Yeah, he's a good guy, man. He's a good guy.
What is the
Yeah,
main
he was a
difference
good
between
guy.
Canadian cops
He
and
was just
American
so
cops?
calm and cool. I'm like, oh hell, man, I wish I could be that way. My adrenaline gets going. I ain't calm and cool at all. I'm 100 miles an hour. Thank
What's
you,
the
Ketchup.
difference?
You won't regret it, man.
What's the difference between a Canadian cop and an American cop? Well, one's on a horse and one.
Now, see, in the United States, Mr.
No,
Canadian,
yeah. What is the difference? I mean, do they have?
everything. In Canada, they have to say stop, or I'll say stop again. We don't have to do that. But no, that's
We
the
love
UK.
Canadian
Canadians
fans.
are allowed to carry guns, aren't they? Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Canadians can carry guns. Yep, I do believe so.
So it's the UK police that cannot carry guns? Really?
Yeah.
UK cannot
UK
carry.
cannot.
Now they have a special
Yeah.
unit, and I just found this out recently. I didn't know that. They have a special unit, and they're the only ones that can carry guns. The rest of them
Those
have to say
guys-
stop, or I'll say
Why?
stop again.
Those guys are bad ass, man. Now,
Oh,
CJ,
they are.
UK call outs, the call out pack, UK call outs. If you notice, all those call outs are call outs with no guns in the call out.
Oh, no, I haven't used those, but I'll have to check them
Yeah,
out.
UK call outs are non-gun related call outs.
Because I've had a lot of people ask me to do a UK British police episode, so
With
I'm
the
going to
British
have to do
boys.
that. Yeah, with the British accent.
Pull over.
See, when I
Pull
when I
over,
try to
mate.
do
You
that
doing?
UK accident, it sounds like a Mexican trying to speak Chinese. I can't do the accent. I just can't do it.
Zach, how are the cops in Germany? Aztecs from Germany. And I've seen videos of cops in Germany, man. Those guys look scary as shit, man. Like,
They look intimidating.
I think if I lived in Germany, I'd just stay home and order shit online. Somebody have to come to my house and get me.
Aztec's a really cool gamer too, man. He's really cool gamer. He used to be in SLRP with us. And he does a lot of Escape from Tarkov and American Truck Simulator. But yeah, back to the question that CJ asked, why are you now a retired police officer?
Yeah.
You know, I told CJ when he approached me and said, "Look, I'd like for you to come on this show and tell us your story." And I said, "Well, look, man, I don't know if you want me to do that because my story takes about 45 minutes." And he said, no, we like people that talk. And I'm like, "Oh, I'll fit right in. I'll
Yeah.
fit right in there."
Yeah, we do though, we do.
But I tell you, this story takes a little while because, and Chris the cop and Ketchum and all will understand in service hours. There's an in-service hour class that I took that was courtroom etiquette and testimony and all that. And they taught me back in 1996 how to testify and how to bring the jury to your scene while you're testifying. Details matter. If there's a Tonka truck in the yard that you have to step over, you want to tell the jury all the little you want to bring them like they're reading a book, right?
Right.
So that's how I was trained to testify. And now that's how I tell stories. So every detail to me matters.
Hey, what's going on, Gibson?
So I can tell my story, which is what most people are here to hear.
Right, yeah.
But it's going to take a little while. So
That's fine.
We're all ears,
Have at
man.
it.
We're all ears.
Chocolate
We're
chip,
ready to
did you
hear
bring
it.
a lunch?
Have at it.
You got a Lunchable?
It's in the fridge.
Do you really
Wait.
have one?
No.
We'll wait. Don't forget about the Debbie's oatmeal cookie either.
Yeah,
still
They
little
don't add
Debbie's.
that to
love
the
Lunchables.
Lunchables, but you can buy it
Oh,
separately.
me too.
But you just let me know when you want me to tell my story, and I will start, sir.
Well,
Yeah, we're ready.
Go
man.
for it,
We're
right
ready.
now, yeah.
We're ready.
brother.
We're ready. We're going to listen to this story on.
You guys are
why
really gonna enjoy
Nightcop
this
is,
story.
Now, guys, sometimes when I tell this story, I've told this story only on stage. I was a motivational speaker after some people heard my story, and event coordinators would call me and have me come to their event, and so I'm used to telling this in front of 2,000 or 3,000 people. And there was a few times that I'd get emotional at a certain part of my story because when you tell a story, ladies and gentlemen, you're not just saying, "Hey, this is what happened." You're reliving it.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Ketchum, Chris the cop, anybody in law enforcement that's been there longer than 3 years will understand that you're reliving the event that happened. So when I tell my story, I am reliving it. And there's certain part in the story that really gets me. It really hits me in the heart. So I'm going to try not to be a little girl. I'm going to try not to be a little crybaby little girl and tell the whole thing like a man's man. Okay. So I'll just turn my cam off if I start, being a little girl.
Well,
So,
listen, even grown men cry.
Yeah.
yeah. You know what? I
Even
wouldn't
grown men
tell
cry.
this story. And Ketchum will understand this. I would never tell my story. The first time I ever told the story was in 2015 on stage because I got my ass kicked. You don't want to brag about that as a law enforcement officer, that you got the shit kicked out of you. You're in the hospital for 6, 7, 8 days, going through 4 different surgeries. You don't want people to know that. It was embarrassing to me. It wasn't until about 2015 that the event coordinator called me. I told him my story on the phone. Bits and pieces, and now, oh yeah, we want you here. We heard about that, and I don't know where they heard it from, but it's I don't know. It's just it gets emotional, and it gets Well, let me just start with the story. Okay, let's go with that.
Yeah.
As you all know, I was a traffic unit. I love traffic. And in every department, and that's what makes a department, ladies and gentlemen. This guy wants to be a detective so bad he can taste it. He tastes it so much he's kissing the captain's ass. You know,
Right.
those kind of. This guy he loves domestic, or this female loves domestics, and they're put the two of them together and they can handle a domestic like nobody else. And then you got guys like me that just love traffic. So each person likes doing different things that they specialize in because it's their passion. And that makes a whole department. I love traffic. And as soon as I became a traffic unit, man, I was so happy. It's like every day was winning the lottery to me. I was a traffic unit. I got up to level 3 accident investigation going through the in-service hours in the classes, and that's what I wanted. I worked 6 at night to 6 in the morning. I worked for 3 different departments. And this last department that I worked for was still 6 at night to 6 in the morning. I stopped this vehicle. If you can believe it, it was a Chevette. Does anybody remember the Chevy Chevettes?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Absolutely.
This is not too long ago. I thought they discontinued those damn things. This was an older Chevette. I stopped it. Long story short, 4 kilos of cocaine in the spare tire.
Damn.
Sometimes the officers called me Nightcop because I wouldn't work a day shift. That's where I got the name Nightcop. My chief gave me that name because they kept wanting to move me to day shift. And no. I'll stay on nights.
Right.
I don't like the politics. I want to be out there when the traffic's lower. The chief deputy, everybody's at home asleep. Okay, that's when I want to be out there.
Right.
So they started calling me Nightcop. They either call me Nightcop or K9 because I could stop a car and I could tell you, hey, there's going to be drugs in this car. How did I know that? I came up with my own special way in 1999 how to let the driver tell on himself. And this is what I would do. I stopped this guy. He was doing 87 and a 55.
Wow.
That was my probable cause for stopping this vehicle. I wasn't a big ticket rider. I stopped him from speeding because now he's sitting stopped on the side of the road. I've done my job. It's up to the driver whether he gets a ticket or not. Totally up to him, his attitude. He wants to say, what are you doing pulling me over? You should be out there arresting the murderer. No, we're not in Chicago, man. I'm not looking for any murderers tonight. I'm protecting and serving. I can't do both. Right now, I'm protected. Okay, I can't serve right now, so I'm with you. So 87 to 55, I'm going to give the guy a warning. But I've got this spidey sense. There's something wrong with this driver. So this is what I came up with in 1999. I started using it, and it works. Well, I'm not going to write him a ticket. He's been cool. Walk back up to the car, lean in. Hey, buddy. Hey, I'm just going to give you a warning. Here's your driver's license. And I'd make some funny joke about his driver's license. You know, I've never seen an asshole wrapped in plastic before, but here you go, man. Whatever I came up with. And he'd laugh or whatever. But then the important question came. Hey, man, before I let you go, do you have any hand grenades, bazookas, illegal vegetation, or dead bodies in the vehicle? I haven't mentioned drugs. I never once said drugs. I see officers all the time. Hey, got any marijuana? What do you think the driver's going to say? No. When I ask them, do you have any hand grenades, bazookas, illegal vegetation, or dead bodies in the vehicle? A normal person, guys, will say, no, there's a mannequin back there. Or, hey, I got Marilyn Monroe in my trunk. Is that okay? They'll joke. They'll laugh. Somebody that's got drugs in their car would be like this. No, sir. I don't have none of that. They just gave themselves away. I already know by their body language, there's something in the vehicle.
Right.
I said, okay, man. Hey, you say there's nothing in here. Do you mind if I search it? And you got to use the word search. I learned as a rookie. Don't say, can I look? The attorney will eat you for lunch in court. Is searching in your book, Officer Patterson? Oh, well, so you say search. And the guy said, well, no, I'm in a hurry. I don't want you to search. Okay, I'll bring K9 out. That's going to take about 20 minutes. We'll just wait for K9. He said, no, you know what? Go ahead. Got him out of the car. I put him in cuffs. His body language, the way he was acting after I asked him if he had any dead bodies in the vehicle, made me nervous. I put him in cuffs, put him in the backseat of my car. I said, "You're not under arrest. You're being detained just for your safety and mine."
Right.
Started searching the car. Didn't find nothing. Opened the trunk. Nothing. Here's what gave it away. Spare tire. Flat. You push down on it and it's hitting something. I push down on this side and it goes down further. This side, not so much. Went back to the back, said, "Hey man, why did you not get your tire balanced? Because on this side I can push down on that. What's in that tire?" He sat there like that. Didn't say a word. Okay. We impounded the vehicle, took the tire off, found 4 kilos of cocaine.
Wow.
Now the guy is like a little birdie. He's crying because, I'm giving him shit. Law enforcement officers understand this. I'm telling him about, Bubba and Guido at prison. They're going to love him. And, just having a conversation with the guy.
Right.
So now he's really crying,
Oh,
Bubba's going to
man.
love your little ass. But he's ready to roll over on his mother at this point.
Right.
And he does. And he
Yeah.
tells us, "This was not my load. My load is behind me. But the guy that was going to take this load, they were coming out of Florida, taking this load to Nashville. He said there's another load that I was supposed to take, but the other driver got sick. They wanted this load first. It's coming tomorrow. Anywhere, somewhere, he should be coming by between 7 and 9:30, somewhere in there." So I'm thinking, okay, he's saying 7 to 9:30. Let's back it up and say 6 to 10. Give it a 4-hour window. He said he's going to have 18 kilos of cocaine and $150,000 in cash to do what he called a trade out, which means they're going to take that $150,000 in Chicago and buy some more different type of drugs and take it all the way back to Florida.
Right.
Anybody that knows, I stopped that car. I'm seizing the vehicle. I'm seizing the $150,000. I'm seizing the drugs. It all comes to us. It goes to the city. Better equipment. $150,000. You know how many vests that will buy? How many new guns? It's not up to me. It's up to the city council and the mayor and all how they're going to distribute that $150,000. But it's going to go to the city as long as I'm there. As long as I'm there at the scene, it goes to us. So we got this detail set up. My chief wasn't a fan of it. Of course, I was kind of new there. He didn't know what a smartass I was. He was kind of against it, but with a little persuasion, yeah, I'm going to be out there with a deputy sheriff and we're going to stop. We got a full description of this vehicle down to colors, everything. I'm thinking it's worth a shot. Let's go out there on the interstate and let's wait. We can do that. So that's what we did the next day. And man, you would think that it was my birthday party because I was just so, I'm looking at the time, damn, kind of like this show, like May 22nd is never going to get here, right? So the time comes and we're sitting out there at the interstate and we're waiting for this vehicle to come by. Because this guy, the detective, myself, and another officer was all like, no, he's not lying. His body language, his tattletale signs, he's not lying. This car's coming by. I'm sitting out there, we're waiting. And all of a sudden, it comes over the radio that there's a 1010 in progress inside the Pizza Hut. A 1010 is a fight. 1010 in progress at the Pizza Hut. All available units go rushing 1018, which means quickly, to the Pizza Hut. Well, guess who the only available 108 unit is now? Me. They go 1018 to the Pizza Hut. It wasn't, and I'm sitting there thinking, I hope this works out quick so that somebody can go back 10-8. Because I know the next call, I'm a traffic unit. The only time I handle a call is I'm the only available unit. Here it comes. 911 hang-up call. And I'm like, I'm pissed. And I don't usually get mad. I mean, it takes a lot to make me mad. And when I get mad, I'm over it in about 3 minutes anyway. The maddest I've ever been was like 5 minutes. So, but I'm pissed. I'm like, now if I leave this scene, well, it really wasn't a scene yet, but if I leave this detail and the vehicle comes by and the deputy sheriff gets it, and in the meantime, a GSP officer had came over that I knew, and he was there with us. So now you have me, the GSP, which is Georgia State Police, and the deputy sheriff. So I know now, if I leave and that car comes by, the deputy is going to get the credit for the bus. The $150,000 is going to go to the county. The car is going to go to the county. You know how this is going. So I'm irritated. I'm allergic to somebody. I think it's chocolate chip because my nose is itching now. So I go to the 911 hang-up call. And on the way over there, I'm thinking, guys, please forgive me, but this is what I was thinking. That damn parents can't control that little brat kid, letting him play Mary Had a Little Lamb on the damn phone. Hits 911. I got to come off my detail. I'm pissed. I'm talking to myself. I'm not answering myself, so I knew I was okay. But I was talking. I was pissed. I was talking about them parents like they should not be parents. If they're going to let their kids play on the damn phone. So I get there, and it's a nasty, I'm going to say, and I'm guessing 30, 40, 50-year-old trailer, single wide, should have been condemned 25 years ago. Just skirting half on, half off, 5 steps going up to this little tiny, this balcony. I always call it a balcony. It's more like a little deck. It wasn't even big enough to put a barbecue grill on, okay? The old charcoal kind that you can just lift the lid up and you got your charcoal. It wasn't big enough for that. So I pull up in the yard. You know, little spurts of grass here and there, but mostly dirt and rock, hard dirt and rock. And as you go back down the yard, I remember it would slope off just a little bit, you know, just kind of slope down like that. And then down the way, there's another trailer down there, but it's dark now. So, I mean, I'd have to have my mag light to see. I don't care about the other trailer. I'm just giving you an idea of where I am. Along the skirting, the grass is this high, right? You can kind of see the skirting behind this tall grass. And in that grass, I'm walking up the steps were not, or the sidewalk wasn't a sidewalk. It was these little busted stones. One here, one there, like you're going to cross a river and jump from stone to stone. And most of them were broke up and chipped up. And one of them was in 6 pieces. Cause I'm looking down, you know, making sure I don't want to hit the ground because it's nasty there. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the yard. But I noticed there's a 7-iron golf club laying near the skirting as I'm walking, you know, trying to stay on the little river steps. I look down and I see this golf club. It's a 7 or 8. And I didn't pick it up. It could have been a 9-iron. I don't know. But it was a golf club. I just registered that in my head as a weapon. I'm thinking if anything came outside, I know there's a weapon there. It's how law enforcement officers think. When we go to the mall, the wife and the kids, they see the pretty lights of the mall and the front door and the food court. I see the dumpster way over here. I see Mutt and Jeff sitting in their van over here just looking at everybody. I see the Chevy Caprice over here with the guy sitting there looking at everybody. That's what I see. That's what most law enforcement officers see. They don't see the pretty lights. We're scanning. It's just an automatic thing. So I'm scanning the yard. I see the golf club. I walk up these 5 steps. Now remember, I'm pissed. I'm irritated. And if this is like a little 1016 or something, like the wife was going to call the cops on the husband because he raised her voice, he raised her voice, his voice to her. You sit there. If I come back, you both are going to jail. I'm gone. I want to get back out to the interstate, right? I want to get back out there. So what does my dumbass do? Guys, in police academy, and I guess it depends on which state and which police academy you go to, but the police academy I went to, they drilled in our head, never, ever stand directly in front of a door. You stand off to the right, you stand off to the left, you kind of evaluate, is there a window right here? Okay, I'm going to stand over here. If there's a window over there, I'm going to stand over here. If there's a window on both sides, I'm going to kind of stand off. So if they're going to shoot through the window, they're still not going to hit me. I'm going to be right there but where the door hinges are. Not that time. I had my mag light in my hand and I just tapped on the trailer door. Now this door, this is an old ass trailer. This door opened outwards, not inwards. I heard a dog. I forgot to mention that. I did hear a dog barking inside. It sounded like a big dog to me. And I'm like, okay, register that. But I bang on that door. And ladies and gentlemen, that door exploded open. That guy took just slammed that door open. He opened it so hard and fast, I had to jump back because the door went right by my face because it's opening outwards. When I did that, my lower back hit the rail of the little deck that I'm on that's not big enough for a barbecue grill. As he exploded that door, this guy's about 220, 230. I'm 118. I do this because I know that I'm not far from that railing, and I didn't want to fall over the railing by overreacting and jumping back too quickly, and then I'd just tumble over. So I did this. You know, I just looked as I'm going back. I know I'm doing it in slow motion because I don't want the video to pause, but I just went back and looked to make sure I wasn't stepping too far back. I came up. This guy's right here, rushing me. This man hit me so hard with his body that we flipped over that balcony. I landed on the bottom and on my neck. I remember that was slow motion to me. My legs were straight up in the air when I hit the ground. So I landed on the back of my neck with him on top of me.
Wow.
So that made the hit even harder. And my breath went back to the interstate. I had no breath. I'm gasping for it to catch my breath. And at that moment, I am so dazed that I hit so hard. I don't know where I am. I don't know what's going on. The best way to explain it is this, and this is how I used to do it on stage. Everybody's woken up in the middle of the night in their own bed, pitch dark. You just wake up and you look at the ceiling and you're like, where the hell am I?
Yeah.
Right,
Your ceiling
right.
does not look familiar. You're looking around, you sit up, and you just, all you're doing is looking for something that looks familiar because you're in a little small panic in that 3 or 4 seconds it takes you to see your dresser. Oh, okay, there's my socks on the dresser. Okay, I know where I am. I was in La La Land. I had no clue. I remember thinking, what is going on? Who's this guy? Because it not only knocked the wind out of me, it just put me in La La Land because I did land on my neck and spine.
Wow.
The way I landed was like kind of on my right side. I didn't land straight on my back. I hit my back of my neck on these hard dirt and rocks like that. The guy's on top of me. He immediately got up on his knees and he had me mounted like in MMA. And he just started pounding me in the face like this. Now, all I'm doing is I'm trying to get my weapon. My weapon is between my hip and the dirt. I've got a level 3 holster, which means that a suspect can't just grab my gun. You got to push it down, slide it forward, slide it out. Then I can come out with my weapon. When he first started punching me, I thought, let me get my weapon. Then I quickly figured out, I still don't know where I am. I just know I'm in danger. This guy's pounding on me for some reason. And it took me about 20, 25 seconds to get your thoughts back to figure out, okay, I know where I am now. I know what's going on. All those punches and pounds. I mean, he knocked out my bottom teeth. These are implants. Yeah. People say, are they real? Yeah, they're real. They're real implants. They belong to me. The city paid for them. But he knocked off all my teeth, but 3, or one of them. I'm sorry, 3. One of them.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
This is a big
So-
guy we're talking about, right? 220 pounds?
230 pound big old dude.
And he's pounding on you.
He's just pounding on me. Just
Wow, man.
then I just used my hand like this, my left arm, just trying to block the hits. Guys, I promise you, there might be some law enforcement officer watching right now that will not understand this, but I felt none of those punches. No pain. I felt the pressure. I remember the pressure, like I could feel that he was hitting me, but there wasn't like this, oh my God, all this pain in my face.
Adrenaline is an amazing
Yeah.
deterrence when it comes to
Yeah.
pain.
I had
The
no pain.
lifesaver
I
sometimes, man.
just felt the pressure. Then I hear. Now you got to realize the
Hey, Joe,
balcony
what's
is
up, man?
right over here. I'm laying like this way now. So the balcony's here, and just over the wood, you can see about that much of the doorway that the guy exploded the door open. And I heard from that door, somebody said, "Pick him."
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen,
Jesus.
Oh
a pit bull,
no.
this big ass pit. When I say big ass, when you're laying on the ground fighting for your life, this guy's punching the shit out of you, and you see this horse that they're calling a pit bull coming at your face. He came
Right.
down those stairs, made that turn, and came straight at me. I threw my arm up in front of me, and he latched onto it. Guys, and I showed CJ the scars today, but he latched onto my arm. And let me tell you, it's not like what you see as a canine. They just grab and try to drag him to the ground. A pit bull grabs and shakes his head back and forth,
Yeah, they
ripping
lock
my
down.
skin.
Yeah.
At that point, ladies and gentlemen, at that moment, because this pit bull was going through for my face and my throat, and I just threw my left hand or arm out, and he grabbed it instead. Shaking my arm, ripping it. No pain, guys. I promise you, I felt no pain. I felt the pressure of the
Wow.
bites. I felt his breath. I smelled his breath. He's right there in my face.
Right.
That's when I realized it's over for me. This is it. There's no way I can get out of this. I got a guy pounding me in the face, in the neck, in the back, anywhere he can hit me. I got a pit bull in my face. And then there's another suspect, because I heard him. He said, "Sick him." Now I've got another suspect that I didn't even know about. Now is where the golf club comes into play. Because in my mind, going through all this, you don't understand the stuff that goes through your mind. I still don't understand how I thought all those things in a split second. But I remember thinking, there's that golf iron. That other suspect's going to come down the stairs, get that golf iron, and beat me in the head with it. I'm done. That's what I'm thinking. I got a pit bull right here. I'm trying, and all this time I'm fighting this pit bull, trying to keep him away from my neck. But here's what happened. When that pit bull hit me, Guido stood up. And I don't know if Guido is, I'm not going to say his real name, but he stood up. Just stood up over me. So now I didn't have the pressure of him down on me, and that pit bull hitting me moved my body just enough that I figured I could clear my weapon now, because it's
Yeah, I
not
appreciate
between
that, Joe.
my hip and the dirt. I was
Wow,
moved a little bit,
man.
because that pit bull hit me hard. Guys, you see these canines running after somebody and hitting them? Let a pit bull do that to you. It was it knocked my hand back. I mean, it was hard, but still no pain. I'm sorry, guys. I got this new chair and I got a pillow right here, and I'm trying to keep it straight behind my back. That's all. So, my thongs are not, loose or anything, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to get the pillow down.
Your banana hammock.
Banana
Yeah.
hammock. Oh my God. Jesus.
But when it moved me enough, now remember, I'm laying on my back. I'm still, the ringing in my ears are there. The daziness is still there. I still hadn't caught my breath 100% yet. I said, I can get my gun. Now the pit bull is on my arm. I pushed down on that level 3 holster. God, that's when the pain came. I didn't know I had 3 broken ribs.
Oh
I
man.
pushed down on this
Oh.
right side. I got 3 broken ribs across here. I pushed down and God, the pain, it just, you want to talk about, I screamed like a little girl. I screamed so the tears came down my eyes. Pain was in my fingers, down my arms, in my toes. Through my whole body was nothing but pure pain. Isn't that amazing? This guy beat the hell out of my face where the next day it looked like, you know, I was like, what's Joe Louis after Muhammad Ali or something. And I didn't feel any of that. Busted out teeth, didn't feel any of that. The dog ripping my arm apart, didn't feel it. But those broken ribs, I felt it. So I screamed. So now I didn't release that clip on that level 3 holster. I didn't push down hard enough. I'm still fighting the dog. Now, everything I'm telling you, this all happened within seconds. I know it's
Right.
a lot here, but it happened within 10 seconds here. But I knew immediately when that pain hit, I got to fight through the pain. Without the gun, I'm done. They're going to kill me. This dog, I can't keep this dog on my arm forever. He's trying to get off my arm to get to my throat. And when he does, I'm done. And I hear the guy at the door. I hear his laughter. And this guy that's standing over me goes back down on his knees and looks, says, "Die, mother MFer, die." He's screaming that in my face. And the dog's on my arm. And I'm looking, "Die, you MFer." He kept saying that. And he stood back up. I pushed down on my damn, and I screamed out in pain, and I moved it forward, and I cleared my weapon. Immediately put it on top of the dog's head and pulled the trigger. Here's what went through my mind, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
When I put that right on the top of that dog's head, here's what went through my mind. I'm fixing to shoot myself in the arm. I've got a Glock 23 40 caliber, hollow points. That bullet is gonna go through that dog's head and into my arm right here. But I'm thinking it's better to shoot. This is going through my head. It's better to shoot myself in the arm than this dog rip it off.
True.
When I pulled that trigger, I thought my eardrums exploded because it's right here by my face. Has anybody ever pulled the trigger when the gun's right there?
Yeah.
I never had. My ear, I couldn't hear anything but
right
in my ears. But I didn't shoot myself in the arm. The dog just laid on my chest. And when he did, my eyes followed him like this. And I saw blood all over my badge and the shirt, down my arm. And I'm thinking, down this arm, blood everywhere. And I'm thinking, that was from the dog. I got the dog. That's where all this blood is from. When I shot the dog, the suspect took 3 steps back, 1 step back, whatever. He stepped back. I saw him go backwards. Because when I shot the dog, the shell casing that came out of my Glock hit me right here underneath my eye.
Everything that could go bad was going bad at this time.
Right.
And you remember I said I didn't feel him beat me in the face. I didn't feel the dog. That hot ass shell coming out of that cartridge coming out of that gun was extremely hot. And it felt like it stuck right there on my face. And I felt my face is on fire.
God.
Literally, I thought I
Wow.
burnt my face. Because I'm thinking, you know,
Crazy,
like
man.
in horror
That's
movies, that my whole side of my face was melted now.
Right.
Because something was burning me. But it was the cartridge from that gun. Immediately all it did was hit my face and bounce back. But that's not what it felt like to me. It felt like it was still stuck to my face. It hurt. I felt that pain. The dog's laying on my chest, dead. I can't feel my face. I can't feel my left arm. I can't even feel my legs. I know I'm still done. I stopped the threat of the dog, but I had this image. Like I would swear even now that I saw that other suspect walk by me with the golf club standing behind me. And I'm just thinking he's just fixed at any minute. He's above my head and he's fixing to just pound me in the back of my head or in the front of my head with that iron. That didn't happen, But I could have swore, even now I saw him, but he never left the trailer. So it couldn't have happened. I was just seeing things. My mind, my thoughts were playing tricks on me. As soon as I got the dog and I got over the split second pain of my face melting, I never, ladies and gentlemen, I never wanted to kill anybody. But to be honest, I wasn't going to stop this man. I wasn't going to shoot to stop. I wanted that son of a bitch dead. I was going to kill him. I had it pictured. All this is going through my head in split seconds. I'm going to kill this son of a bitch. And I saw 3 shells go right in the top of his head. I hadn't pulled the trigger yet, but that's where I'm going to hit him.
Right.
And then I stopped. For a split second, I stopped. And this is what went through my mind. Anybody that's been in a traumatic moment like I'm talking about will understand all the stuff that goes through your mind. It seems like it would take 10 minutes, but we're talking quick. But I thought, you know what? I only made an 87 at the firing range. I don't think that's good enough for a headshot. This guy's massive here. I could hit him center mass. That's a big target. So when I came up with my weapon, now I'm doing this, but this arm's incapacitated. It's laying on the ground. I can't feel anything.
You're justified to shoot him, correct?
Oh, hell yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm justified in every way.
Definitely.
Now, I couldn't have shot the guy in the trailer until he became a threat. But do you think I was thinking about that? I was fighting for my life. I don't give a damn about justification at this point.
Right.
I want to live.
Right. Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about SOP. I wasn't thinking about, I'd rather be carried by 12, or excuse me, tried by 6 than carried by, I got that ass backwards. I'd rather be carried by 6 or tried by 12 than carried by 6.
Yeah.
I hadn't said that in years. So it doesn't matter. I mean, go ahead and put me on trial. I want to live. Even though I knew it was it. That whole time I'm thinking, I'm done. But I brought the gun up and my left arm is just laying on the ground. And I had him in my sights, ladies and gentlemen. I was, because a Glock has a trigger, a spring on the trigger, and that's the safety. I had already pushed that little spring back. If anybody's ever used a Glock, you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
There's a rookie, and I call him a rookie because I'd only seen him around for about 2 or 3 weeks on the department. Now, you have to remember when you're dispatched on any call, every 2 minutes, dispatcher's gonna call you on the radio. Are you 10-4?
Right.
I never heard the dispatcher ever call me, but they had been calling and calling. People were leaving the Pizza Hut. I found this out much later. And going 1078, 1018 to my location, which means officers needs assistance now. I heard sirens coming from every direction laying there on the ground. I heard them. I knew eventually they were going to find me, but it's going to be too late. There's no way that I know my arm's gone. This guy's going to kill me. So imagine that and how you would feel. All you want to do is kill this guy. I want to end the threat. I brought that gun up, and the first officer, I found this out later, that was on the scene was this rookie. Only been around about 2 or 3 weeks. Anybody in law enforcement is fixing to get pissed off because this is what that piece of shit did. He put my life, his life in danger. You imagine any officer pulls up to a scene, an officer laying on the ground, a man standing over him, a dead dog on top of that officer, and blood everywhere. Over the dog, all over the officer. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a whisper command to that guy. I'm going to say, officer. Well, because the defense attorney is going to ask me if I identified myself. Yes, sir. I said, officer, freeze. There's no law that says how loud I have to say it. I would have whispered it to myself, officer, freeze. And I'd have shot that son of a bitch. That's what I would have done if I was the one going to that scene. And I'm just being honest, guys. I know that sounds awful, When you're fighting for your life, there is no awful. There's survival or not.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
This piece of shit is the only name I can figure. I come up with nicknames for everybody, but this is the only way I can figure a nickname for this piece of shit. It's piece of shit.
Right.
He comes running across the yard, and I didn't know that either until later. All I saw is when I came up with my gun and I'm fixing to pull that trigger and kill this son of a bitch, I saw a blur go by me. And there's no other feeling, ladies and gentlemen, when I didn't know I was losing consciousness. I had lost so much blood. I didn't know that I was just passing out. I remember I saw that blur and I remember my eyes closing and I started praying. I knew that's it. I'm done. I'm closing my eyes for the last time. That's how I felt. Of course, it wasn't true. I woke up in the hospital. I didn't know I was going unconscious though. 2-3 days later, I got mixed stories on that, how long I'd been in the hospital. When I woke up, 2 or 3 days, I woke up in the hospital. And here's where I'm really disappointed in me. When I woke up in the hospital, it was like not, oh, thank God I'm still alive. It was like, boo-hoo, Pat. Why did that happen to me? My arm is swelled like a huge freaking piece of pipe. It doesn't even look like my arm. I mean, look how little I am. It was like 3 sizes was wrapped in bandages and stuff. I had an IV. I had 2 needles over here in this arm on the wrist and then on the forearm. And I'm trying to figure out, okay, where am I? Is this heaven? I mean, literally, I'm like, I thought I died that night laying on the ground. So it's all about me, boo-hoo, Pat. And this went on for a couple of days. They did emergency surgery on me when I first came in, and now I'm scheduled for another surgery this coming week, the second surgery, because they had to do a lot of skin graft on my arm and a lot of plastic surgery and a lot of nerve. I mean, I like this. I don't feel that in my arm. I mean, it ripped my nerves apart. None of this. Now I feel this. I can feel that, but all this is I have no feeling here. The boo-hoo Pat didn't last long because here's what happened. The doctor, the specialist surgeon that did the surgery on the back of my neck, they put there was 3 pins and no bolts, just these pins going through my L's. I think it was L4, 5, and 6, and they pinned them together. But they had to do 4 of those to get it all right. My lower back, my back of my neck, and my arm. The ribs they couldn't do nothing with except wrap you in some bandage, or
Yeah,
it was
that's all
actually
you
a
can do with
Velcro
ribs.
thing that I had on, this
Yep.
Velcro thing that came around. And you knew you had broken ribs every time you took a small breath.
Right. Right.
But the doctor said, I need you to get up and move it a little bit, not a lot. Don't move fast. Don't move quick. This is what I want you to do. Now the IV, it was a pole with 2 bags up here, and these tubes were coming down and the needles were in my arm. But it was on wheels, which I thought was really cool. The last time I was in the hospital was like 1980 something. Nothing was on wheels except the bed.
Right.
But he said, take this with you. And right outside my door down to the right, he said, there's a Coke machine just right there, like four doors down. Go there, come back. That's it. We're going to do that once a day. Okay, like I felt like I was at Jenny Craig or something, So I did that. And here's where my attitude changed. Doing that walk, I looked to the left as I was walking. And ladies and gentlemen, as a traffic unit, I've worked enough motorcycle accidents to know when I'm looking at somebody with a broken neck. This guy's laying there with this huge brace around his neck. And he's got these, you guys remember those viewfinder things when we were kids? You just push it down and it go to the next picture.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
he had like one of those, and they made them. I didn't know that until later that what was that on his face? But this thing is on his face, and it's got a mirror, and it projects the TV on the wall. So he's laying flat on his back with a broken neck, and he's looking at TV through this finder.
Wow,
Yep, he's got a broken neck.
that's
I
crazy.
Wow.
kept walking towards the Coke machine. I looked to the right. I've seen enough burn victims to know this
Yeah.
no, not guy, this lady, she's wrapped in all these bandages all the way around her neck, down her body. She's burnt pretty bad.
Well,
This is what
plus
I'm
you can
thinking as
smell
I'm
the
walking.
flesh too, right? If they're burnt bad enough, you can smell that
No, because of the
flesh.
medication. They've already got
Okay,
the
got you.
gel and all that stuff all over. I didn't
Got you,
smell
got
anything
you.
because I'm in the hall. They're in their room. All these rooms are open. The doors are open.
Mhm.
You know, in any hospital, the only time they close it when they got visitors, and one of the visitors closes the door, and then the nurse comes along 2 minutes later and say, "Wake up, take this pill to go to sleep," and she opens the door back. The last person I saw to my left was an old elderly woman. Look,
How's it going,
so
Dripsy?
kind and just, but she looked like she was just laying there waiting to die. And it was at that
Wow.
moment, ladies and gentlemen, that I said to myself, what am I doing? I literally said, my name's not in the obituaries. This is a beautiful, blessed day. What am I bitching about? And from that day till right now, to me, every day is a blessing. I should have died on that ground, and I did not. I thought I did, but I didn't. And the worst part was after my fourth and final surgery, because you got to remember, I love God, I love law enforcement. I still love law enforcement. If I hadn't been injured, I'd be with GSP right now.
Right.
The doctor walks in. I'm thinking I'm getting released from the doctor. This is after my fourth surgery, after 16 months of going through physical therapy, surgery, plastic
Jesus.
surgery, skin
Wow.
grafts, all this stuff
Oh
during this
man.
16-month period. I'm going to be released by the doctor, and I'm going to be able to go back on duty. That's all I cared about. I just wanted to get back out there. The doctor walks in and said, Officer Patterson, with the injuries that you sustain, you can no longer stay in law enforcement. So my law enforcement career of 17 years was just taken away. That was the hardest moment out of the six. I can go through the surgeries. I can do all the physical therapy they want me to do. But to take away my career, to take away my passion, after 17 years on this job, to say I can't be a cop anymore, it's like, what am I going to do now? Law enforcement is all I know. I don't know how to do anything else. I don't want to go be a security guard somewhere and scream stop or say stop again. I didn't want to do all that. So out of everything that happened to me, because what happened at the scene was I was totally dazed and confused, but I wasn't confused when that doctor told me I couldn't be a cop anymore. So I didn't know what to do. I did get released by the doctor that day. And the horror of this story, what's worse than getting attacked, what's worse than the doctor telling me that I can't be a cop anymore, which was the hardest thing, even today, was the hardest thing I ever had to hear. 'Cause I love being a cop. The 1080s, the camaraderie with the other officers, guys, you just don't understand. We're a family.
Hmm.
It was just, and now I can't do it anymore. And I'm so sorry I'm getting emotional. That's the hardest part
You're
about the story.
good, man.
No,
Ah,
that's
yeah,
fine.
you're good, man. You are
That's why I
absolutely
don't like
good.
telling
What an
the story.
amazing story, though, man.
Yeah.
But here's what happened afterwards. The city, you have to remember, anybody that's in law enforcement, any fireman, any EMT, anybody that's ever dealt with small town politics is going to understand this part very, very well. Because I got royally screwed. I got screwed from my own city. I got screwed. I hadn't been awake
How's it
in
going,
my
Dante? How's it going, man?
hospital room after I was transported from the scene to the hospital. I'd been awake probably a day. And here comes the city manager and the city attorney, which you got to understand, I'd been with this department for 29 days when this happened. I was new at this department. but I had the experience and I had the reputation and all that they, now don't get me wrong, I wasn't this famous guy or nothing, but some officers that worked there knew me and recommended me. And, it's not who you know, it's what you know. Or it's not what you know, it's who you know. I'm getting everything ass backwards, which is my life story. So here comes the city manager and the city attorney to my hospital room. I am under the influence of legal drugs that the doctors has given me. I'm on pain medication. I'm on 2 different IVs. They pull this table that usually eat on it. It's a table on wheels and it pulls up and there's a desk right there and you're still in your hospital bed, right?
Right.
They lay 9 documents. I know there was 9 because I counted them, but I'm still under the influence of all this pain medication, and everything they're saying is an echo to me. If that gives you any idea, it wasn't like being drunk or nothing. It was just echoes.
Right.
The first one is, the first document they wanted me to sign was what was it called? Something of liability, failure of liability or something from the city. In other words, I can't sue the city. That's what the city manager or the city attorney said. And then the city manager said, when they named the document, I said, wait, I don't want to sue anybody. I just want to go back on duty. And the city manager said very rudely, if you ever want to go back on duty, you will sign these documents. I don't
Wow.
want to sue nobody. I don't want to do anything to anybody. I just want to get better and go on duty. What the hell is this about? So waiver of liability is what it was called. It was a waiver of liability. The next one, which I didn't think about this one until months later, it was a non-disclosure agreement. Signed it. I don't give a shit. The next one, it was some other thing about the city's not liable for me once I'm released by the doctor. But remember, everything they're saying is echoing
Hey,
in
how's it
my
going,
head.
Nightcop?
It's not
Nightcop
clear.
Gamer?
I'm still under the influence. I've been awake for 1 day. Not awake the whole time. I'm just saying when I woke up in the hospital 2 or 3 days later, the next day after that, the city manager and the city attorney shows up. And they're telling me, nope, you can't discuss this with anybody. You can't do this. You can't do that. Even today, I'm under that non-disclosure agreement. I can't name the department. I can't name the city manager, the city attorney, or I'll be in a big legal problem. But you take care of your officers, Mr. Cities, and they didn't do that. They threw it. And I understand what they were trying to do or what they actually did. I'd been with this department for 29 days to the day when I got injured. I was new with this department. They didn't want to have to support me the rest of my life. The doctor even told me, you need to go on, what do you call it? SSI. We've got the paperwork here. You're going to go on SSI. I don't want no damn SSI. That's what I told the doc. I don't want any yet. And I'm crying at this point in the doctor's office. He said, I can't be a cop anymore. I'm upset. I don't want SSI. I don't want anything from the government. I just want to go back on duty. So a lot of people think, oh, he got injured in the line of duty. I've had people, what'd you get? Like $250,000 settlement and lifetime medical? And no. We're talking about small town politics, ladies and gentlemen. I got screwed. Didn't even know it. But I would have signed those documents even if I had a clear head. I didn't want to sue the city. I didn't want to sue nobody. I just want to go back on duty. And anybody in law enforcement will understand that. They knew what they were doing. I didn't know what they were doing. And it wasn't until the doctor told me what he told me that I realized just how much I was screwed. A week later, I get a notification in the mail from the city manager, saying that all payroll checks have now stopped because now I'm released by the doctor. I can go back to work, just not in law enforcement. So what do you do with that? I could have sat around, and I did, for a couple of days. I mean, I couldn't believe that my law enforcement career was over. I was going to retire. I'd still be in law enforcement. I'd have to be 72 years old, and they told me, look, you got to go, man. You're You're moving too
Right,
slow
right.
for me to get out of law enforcement. So I'm like, now what do I do? I mean, my arm, I can't feel this part of my arm. I don't know I don't want SSI. So what did I do? I got online. I heard there was one of the sergeant's girlfriend. Yes, he had a wife too, but this was his girlfriend, his other future ex-wife. Her name was Bambi. That's what they called her. And she was making money filling out insurance forms for a online medical company, and she get $15 a form filling them out on a computer. So at this point, I'm on 16-day restrictive movement. This is right after the 4th surgery. So I'm sitting there on my computer on a pillow, laying in the bed, thinking, let me do a search for that, make money from home insurance forms. And about the third one down was this other thing that you could try to make money online. And I was like, and I pulled it up and I watched this real cool video, and there was this hippie guy in there. And I'm like, if this hippie can make $10,000 a month, I can do it. So I started doing online marketing, and I became number one in that company. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying, guys, it doesn't matter what happens in your life. It matters how you react to it, how you are after the horror is over and after the surgeries are over. Are you going to pick yourself up and move forward? That's what I did. There was no way in hell I was going to do SSI and let the government tell me what I'm going to make every month. I'm not disabled. My mind still works. I don't care if I'm in a wheelchair. I'll roll that sumbitch up here to this computer and I'll make money.
Right,
I'll figure out something. So that's what I did. And about 4 or 5 months into it, that's when the event planners started calling, because there was a guy named Mars with this company that had called me. He was with the marketing department, and he heard I was in law enforcement by some of the videos I was putting out for my marketing. And he said, what happened to you in law enforcement? And I told him over the phone. That's when my motivational speaking career took off. I had events planners calling me from everywhere, wanting me to be at their event. And no, I can't be at that event. I'm going to be in Orlando. And no, I'm going to be in St. Louis next week. No, I'm going to Vegas next week. No, I'm over down here in Myrtle Beach. So I had to turn down a lot of those speaking engagements. Man, they pay you some good money to get on stage and be a smart ass. I'm there at these events, and you got these other motivational speakers back there, and they're in the back in what we call the green room, and they're memorizing their lines. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? Oh, I'm memorizing what I'm going to say, man. I can't wait to hear what I'm going to say next. I'm just going out there and going to start talking. So it really worked out well. But then Earth closed down last year, and I haven't been on stage since January of 2020. I was scheduled in February of 2020, but they canceled because of well, you know what happened. I don't even want to advertise the name of what happened, but it happened, and that's what took me out of law enforcement, guys. I'm so sorry for getting emotional. But hearing that doctor tell me that,
you don't have to apologize for that.
You love doing something that much, man.
I love it.
It's sad when you have no choice but to not do it anymore, man. That was an amazing story.
It was.
It really was. You'll have to go back and watch the stream on my end. I don't know about, I'm sure Cookies and CJ can say the same, but people in my chat are really feeling it. And they have questions, and one of the questions is, I have a question for you that I want to ask, but one of their questions is, why weren't you offered like a less active police job, desk duty or detective or something like that?
Yeah.
Or did you sign those rights away with those papers?
No, I didn't sign that away. But whoever's asking this has never been in law enforcement. In law enforcement, I promise you, it's a buddy system. Who gets the desk jobs?
Right.
You see that captain and the corporal and the major and the deputy chief? Oh no. The only way to get a desk job in a small town law enforcement agency is to know somebody that knows somebody, and you're related by, this is my cousin, this is my brother Daryl, this is my other brother Daryl, he's the captain. They're not going to push some guy that's been with their department for 30 years out of his desk job to put somebody that's been there for 29 days. No matter how many years of experience I got, I'm new to that department.
Yeah.
Now, I've got a medical hold on my post-certification, meaning I can't go anywhere and get a job. Once they pull my post-certification, they're going to see the medical hold, and I'm done. Could I have been administrative? Absolutely, I could. I don't need arrest powers to be administrative. But they're not going to do that. They're not. I could have. I could if they would. But first of all, I'm not a desk guy. I'm an actions guy. That's why I didn't want ever to be a detective. I don't want to put the puzzle together after the fact. I want to be there when the puzzle's exploding.
Right.
I want to be there where the action is. That's why I like working 6 at night to 6 in the morning. If they would have offered me a desk job, I wouldn't have took it. That's not law enforcement. I'm an executive secretary in the department. No, I don't want that. I don't look good in a thong, okay? And I damn sure don't look good in a dress. I'm not doing it. Even if they'd have offered it to me. So that's the answer to that question. They didn't offer it. They never would have offered it. It's a buddy system, guys.
Right, right. I mean, it was an amazing story, though, man. That was pretty amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
That was a very touching story, man.
It was, man.
My question to you is, and it's probably easy to ask this from someone in the outside looking in, but when all this was happening, I know some states train you, and you know, when you're actually in the moment, it might not be something that you think about, but did you think of or not think of or even have access to your radio while
my radio's on my shoulder? So I got a radio here, and I looped it around, and so when I talked, I'd be like 35 stations.
Right.
So it was right here. When all that's going on, that's the last thing you think about. I didn't think about, I've got a dog on my arm. I've got a guy beating me in the face. I don't got time to, I'm trying to get my gun. You're not thinking about the radio, but I didn't think about it at the time, but when I heard the sirens, it did enter my mind. Look, they check on me every 2 minutes. And I haven't answered since I've been here. How long have I been here? I don't know. That fall took all time away from me.
Right.
So never once thought about my radio. Not once.
Wow. How many people in chat are thinking about grammar police right now?
I figured they were coming to me. And in all that, the GSP officer that was out at the interstate, you remember him, and the deputy sheriff that was waiting on that drug car? Oh no, they came 1018 to me. So
wow,
lucky night for that drug dealer.
They were your angels, man. Were your angels.
There were people. They said there was officers surrounding that whole area.
So whatever happened to the suspects?
Well, I know the 17-year-old in the state of Georgia. You're an adult at 17.
Okay.
But for some reason, they put him in YDC, which is the detention center. Because, well, actually, I say 17. He was like within weeks of being 17. He went to YDC. I was told that he could never own a pet, ever. Not a goldfish, not a cat, nothing. Because he used an animal in a commission of a felony. The dad, this was a father and son. The dad got life. It was just like 4 strike. You remember the 3 strike? Oh, that don't work very well because this was his 4th.
Right, right.
Now, here's what I didn't. Here's the part that I did leave out that's very, very important, and I just remembered it just now. The 911 hang-up call, ladies and gentlemen, was a 17-year-old little girl inside that trailer, which was the son's girlfriend, ex-girlfriend. They lured her to the trailer. The father wanted her to be back with his son. The son wanted her back. She said no. They beat this girl with a telephone.
Wow.
And when I say a telephone, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not talking about an iPhone. I'm talking about, does everybody remember those rotary dial phones?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Right after that, they came out with the Mary Had a Little Lamb touch tones that all of us kids would beep, 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 beep. They were really cool. You know, best thing since 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
They beat her with one of those. They had one of those.
Wow.
He rips it out of the wall, and they beat her in the face and the head. They sucked the pit bull on her. I've never seen this girl. To this day, I don't know if she made it or didn't make it. When I remember one officer said she's in intensive care. And that's the last I heard about this girl.
Jesus Christ.
I know my sergeant at the time said, Patterson, when we arrived on the scene, she's laying in the living room floor. You couldn't tell what race she was.
Wow.
She was just blood.
Just
Her
mutilated.
hair was blood,
huh?
her face was blood, just mutilated.
Wow.
So my arrival on that scene did take the attention off that girl, and they directed it on me. But that was the 911. She hit 911, and the father ripped the phone out and beat her in the face and the head.
So
with
she
that
was the
phone.
one that called. She was the one that was trying to call.
She was the one trying
And
to
that's
call.
probably the
They wouldn't
reason
let her out the
why
house.
they wanted you done, because they
Yeah.
don't
Hey,
want
yes,
you to
no,
see
man.
what they did inside the house. Or the
Yeah.
yeah.
These guys were obviously a couple of psychopaths. I mean,
Oh, they were. Yeah. But see, I'd never dealt with them. I'd only been at this department for 29 days. I'd never had any contact with this trailer or anything.
right.
So, because we have our regulars, you know, I mean, you have your regulars that, oh, okay, yeah, I know what's going on over here. And
Right,
that's
right.
dangerous for a cop because we drop our guard too easy because we've dealt with these people 5 or 6 or 20 or 30 times. So you go there, like, Uncle Earl, what are you doing? Are you doing it? And the next time he may have a gun and start shooting at us. You don't know.
Right.
Just because
Yeah.
he's been cool the last 20 times doesn't mean, but we'll drop our guard. I watch these videos all the time. That's what I do on my stream.
Right.
And I tell everybody, look, I've done it. Everybody does it. We drop our guard, we get compliant, and that's what gets us hurt. That's what took me out of law enforcement. I was standing right in front of that door. So
Wow.
I was asked the other day if this accident hadn't happened, would I still be in law enforcement? You bet I would.
What year did this
Absolutely.
happen?
I can't say that. The non-disclosure agreement, I can't say.
Oh, okay.
Well, yes, I can. No. I'm sorry. I did have a conversation about somebody asked me that in Twitch. And I said, I can't say that. So I called the city attorney the next day. It happened in 2012. So I was in law
Okay.
enforcement from 1995 to 2012. That's right. I can say the year. I can't say the city.
What city
And I
and
can't name
address
that.
did it happen at?
It was at 1122 Boogie Boogie Avenue.
Boogie Boogie.
Boogie Boogie Avenue. Well, what an amazing story that was. I mean, that's an inspiration. I mean, and you know, at the time, as I'm sure it was a scary and like a horror story for you. That was an inspirational story for all of us to hear, man. That's
The horror to
Yeah.
me was when
you
the doctor
know.
came into the room. And
Right,
told us that
right.
was-
Yeah, I mean, to
that's
take
still
away
the
something
horror.
that you absolutely have a passion and a love for, man, is, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, nobody can describe that. It's just, that's
I missed
amazing.
the
And this, you
camaraderie. I
know,
missed the
That's-
war story because we used to stand around the sally port. A sally port is where you take your prisoner in and the door closes
Yep.
behind him. It's a big garage,
right.
and you let the prisoner out so he has nowhere to run. But we just hang around the sally port in a little circle at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, tell our little war stories and joke and pick on whoever screwed up that night or a week ago. It doesn't matter. We're picking at them, you know. So
Right.
that's what I miss.
Yeah.
I miss that family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
absolutely,
But
man.
yeah.
That's the
But
way
now
even,
it's like, look, I'm alive. Every day is a beautiful, blessed day. So
Right.
I don't complain. I don't, you know, I don't feel sorry for myself anymore because I am truly blessed to be here. And every
Yeah,
day
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Absolutely.
absolutely.
people bitch and
100%.
complain all the time about these little things. And guys, I just want to tell them it's not worth it. 2 weeks from now, you're not even going to remember what you were depressed about. Come on.
Right.
You got-
Right.
You're bitching about $1 and there's people out there without a dime. And you're complaining.
Yeah.
I promise you guys, this house,
Hey, baby.
knock on wood, it could burn up tonight. My car could blow up. I could lose it all. As long as me and my wife are sitting outside and we're alive, watching this thing burn up, I'm happy. I'll go
Right,
get a
yeah.
tent and live in the freaking woods until I can find another place to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll be happy. I'm not going to complain. You're going to see a smile on my face.
Right.
And that's no lie. I made it through that ordeal when I shouldn't have. So every day's a blessing. Every day's a true blessing. But
Yeah,
anyway,
man.
enough. Okay, the Jerry Springer show's over, ladies and gentlemen. That's another Jerry Springer
Well,
show.
I was going to tell you, man, with that positive attitude, man, look, you're going to fit in right around in the community here, man, because that's
Yeah.
the positivity is what we're all about, man. So that's, I mean, guys, just, that's an amazing story,
Yeah,
man. I mean,
that's
just what an
yeah,
amazing
definitely.
story it was, man.
And the
Like I
way
said,
that
Get
you
Jeffrey. Hold on, I got to run get Jeffrey a pack of cigarettes real quick. I think he's out. I'll be right back. Okay, be right back.
Oh my God, what is he really getting you a pack of cigarettes? What's he doing?
like for himself, he's probably out.
That
Man,
was
How
amazing.
fucking crazy, dude.
That was
That's
one of the I'm gonna
insane.
say that was one of the intense moments probably that has ever happened on Meet the Gamers. Like I
Oh
was
yeah.
sitting there and
Was.
you were zoned in on him. Like that's
Huh?
amazing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, think about a guy, 220 pounds attacking you, and a
Yeah.
pit bull at the same time, and all you can do is just,
Yeah.
man, that's insane. That's why I said, man, when I talk about the police officers and stuff, we really don't know what they go through, man. You just never know.
Yeah.
And I mean, and you can obviously tell the man he loved law enforcement. He still does, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that a
Um,
piano? That's a piano in the background. I wonder if he
It
plays.
is. That is a piano in the
Yeah,
background.
sure
I wonder if he can
is.
play that thing. I bet he can play it. I bet he can. Yeah, but it's a
Nice little
piano.
setup there. Looks like he's got one of the U-shaped desks there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
like
got
that.
a nice gaming chair too. I think he just got that gaming chair not too long ago. He was talking about his stream, I think his last stream or something like that. But
Bounty 50 says, dropping a sub and a shout out. Nightcop is my dad. Is he really, Bounty? Bounty 50. I'm gonna have to. I want to remember that name. I'm gonna
he said
go.
Nightcap
Do you have a
was his
channel?
dad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bounty 50.
You're a little too far for me to give these to you. Is it okay if I smoke them?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Okay.
Have as
All right,
many
man.
as you
Thank
want.
you, buddy.
Bounty
Don't eat
50.
chip.
I think I
Yeah,
have
Bounty
your.
50 is my son.
Yeah, he's in my chat right now.
I got 4 of them.
Hey,
Is
how's
it
it going?
Bounty 5? Bounty 5?
Please excuse me.
Bounty
I'm gonna definitely
50,
butcher your
Bounty
name.
40, Bounty 30, and Bounty 20, right?
No,
Zerist.
just Bounty 50.
I apologize if I butcher your name right there.
And
But welcome to the
he's
chat.
ex-military.
Happy to have you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, nice.
And now,
See, we
now
have
he's
a
a
lot of
bounty
respect.
hunter.
We have a lot of respect for your brother, or for your
Yeah.
brother, for your father, and for you.
Definitely.
Thank you for your
Yeah,
service,
man.
man.
Yes,
Thank you for your
definitely. Thank you
service,
for your
man.
service.
Your father
Now
just
he's a
told us
bounty
all
hunter. I
this
got 2
crazy
sons that are a
story.
bounty hunter. So they run after people that's jumping bail and all that. Like Dog the Bounty Hunter. Of course, they don't have the blonde hair to go with it or anything.
Right,
But they are a
right.
bounty hunter.
Do they have the girlfriends that follow him with like the triple X
Oh, my-
boobs?
I was
See,
just
I'm not a
thinking
boob
that. I
guy,
swear
I'm
to
a
God,
butt
I was
guy.
thinking the big tits.
The girl can have like little tiny titties with band-aids on them. As long as she's got a pretty butt and looks good in jeans, I'm good.
That's
Right.
it. Dude.
I'm
I'm a
Put
bad guy.
Band-Aid for the titties.
See, you go. We are stuck on band-aids because band-aids stuck on me. Remember that? Yeah.
I remember
Yep,
that.
yep.
I remember
Oh
that.
man, that is great, man. I'll tell you what, that story was absolutely awesome, and from me to you, I'm very sorry that your career ended that way. I think that's an
Yeah,
awful
me too.
way for your career to end, and for you to be told that, and for your city to treat you that way. I think that's a pretty fucked up way to treat somebody
Really
that
was.
literally put his
Yeah.
life on the line
And
for
On
the
the
average
city.
line,
person, like I
literally,
said at the
yeah.
beginning, the average person will not understand what officers and not just officers, firemen, EMT, teachers, even that work for the city, that small town politic bullshit where the
Yeah.
city councilor thinks they're God because
Yep.
they got 3 votes more than their opponent. And they're like, I pulled them over, not in this city, but I pulled over city councilmen, and they're so entitled. Do you know who I am? No, you ain't gave me a driver's license yet. I have no idea.
Right.
Well, put them in your shoes. Put that fucker in your shoes and
Yeah.
let him go through what you
I
went
love
through.
it when you talk dirty
Yeah.
to me, Jeffrey.
Oh man,
That's
it-
why I
you
always do that to Jeffrey. I always do that to Jeffrey. I always give him a hard time just because it's hysterical. When I go back
Yeah,
and watch
yeah.
his streams, it's like
Now,
Jesus.
Can I ask you guys? I want to ask the audience something. It might just be me, ladies and gentlemen, but doesn't it look like that chocolate chip is giving Jeffrey a pedicure the way he's sitting, and then Jeffrey's leaning back in his lazy boy recliner. It looks like a pedicure is going on. Hey man, get his cuticles, buddy. Get the cuticles good now. Come on, chocolate chip.
On my screen,
went through
Cookies is
training.
above me.
You're here for me.
Yeah, but it looks like you're facing Jeffrey, and Jeffrey's like leaned back like this, getting a pedicure.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see it now.
Yeah.
I see it. Well,
Hey,
of
guys.
course, you know where I live.
Gonna meet up at Target again?
Yeah, we'll meet up at Target again. That was
Waffle,
great,
my
man.
buddy
That was
Waffle
great.
Waffle said it does look like that.
Waffles is cool, man. I like waffles.
Yeah,
waffles.
he's been around the community for a
Pancake.
while, man. Pancake,
Hey,
yeah,
Echo
he calls
Gamer.
him Pancake.
Brady
Got the
Kilman is being
pancake.
told to relax because he is repeating questions. Who's Brady Kill? Brady's in here? No. Don't let Brady back in here. Lauren! Hey, sweetheart.
Where's the salute?
And I'll tell you guys this. Yep. I'll tell you this. On duty during the wintertime, I absolutely wore pantyhose under my uniform. And people are like, what? You sicko. Nope. I had a female deputy tell me, because I'm a traffic unit. That means I work all the accidents unless, I'm 10-6 on an accident and another 10-6 is busy unless urgent, unless another accident happens. At 2:30, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, you're out there in 6-degree weather. My little tiny ass couldn't handle that. My legs are freezing. My ass cheeks are cold. I got gloves for my hands. I got a signed jacket that's been issued to me, fitted for me around my neck. I'm warm up here. Could not keep my ass and legs warm. I tried the long johns. I tried the underoos, the pajamas. Nothing worked, right? This deputy came up to me and said, look, she's a female deputy. We're at the Huddle House drinking coffee. She said, just get you some pantyhose. What? I'm not wearing no pantyhose. When we were done talking, guess where my little ass went? I drove all the way across town to Walmart. I walk into Walmart singing that song. Our legs fit your legs. They hug you. They hold you. They will never let you go. So I'm looking for the pantyhose rack, or the aisle or whatever. I'm going to try this shit. But I'm not going to. Look, guys, in law enforcement, you don't let another officer know that you're wearing pantyhose.
Right.
You'll never. I would have pantyhose. Of course, it would have been a good way to get free pantyhose. But see, I wore size A and I like the nude color. I think it made me look sexy that way. But anyway, that's another Jerry Springer show.
Jerry Springer show.
Any officer that's here that's working in a cold area, swallow your man pride. Get your ass some pantyhose because they will keep your ass. Just don't tell any other officers, man. I can say it now because I ain't taking shit for it. Pantyhose.
So you're saying there's a good chance that if you're pulled over, the officer talking through your window is wearing pantyhose.
Yeah, just ask him, hey, what size pantyhose do you wear? If he says I wear a Q or a B or a C, you'll know.
And what's the purpose of them again? What's the purpose of wearing them again?
Keeps you warm.
Keeps you warm.
Oh,
in the wintertime. Really?
Ask your wife. How do you think these women can come out in a little skirt during the wintertime with pantyhose on?
True. Very
Ain't cold.
true. I
They're
never
warm.
thought about it.
I didn't know that
I'm
until
about to give me some.
female deputy told me that stuff. I stayed my ass warm out there at 3 o'clock in the morning working those
I
accidents.
would imagine so, yeah.
Yeah. I got.
It's the cops what about the cops that are wearing them down in Florida?
They really need to go to a Glee Club meeting and have a discussion between them on exactly why they're wearing pantyhose.
Exactly.
Right.
I got.
You're not keeping your ass warm. There's another reason, and that's open to investigation. Jeffrey, we're not going to jump to conclusions. Let's investigate it first.
Yeah,
I got.
Everyone deserves an investigation, right?
I got Gamertron.
Absolutely.
I got Gamertron up in
I would
chat.
say like Fred Sanford. You remember him? Like
Oh yeah.
Florida, Arizona. No,
It's the big one.
I got Gamertron up in chat saying I'm gonna ask a cop that next time I'm in RP. if he's wearing pantyhose.
Make sure it's a cold state, because Georgia's a very cold state. It gets 6, 7, 8, 12. But see, to me, anything below 76 degrees is freezing weather. I'm very cold natured, right?
If
And
I'm
for
in
years, I could not keep myself warm during the winter until I learned about the pantyhose. Damn
if
right,
I'm
I'll
in
wear them.
if I'm in SLRP and I get pulled over during a winter patrol and it's Jeffrey, I'm gonna ask Jeffrey and be like, "Officer, you wearing pantyhose?"
And I'm gonna type in /me shows him my pantyhose.
And I'll tell you this, guys, when you, as an officer, when you wear thongs, the pantyhose keeps the thongs in place.
Jesus.
Oh
And
my
yeah,
God.
it bunches it. Yeah, it's just perfect.
Keeps a thong in place.
It took me a
Now, if you
minute.
see an officer walking crooked, you know he's wearing a thong. Okay,
Yeah,
don't
that's
ask him.
lost.
You already know.
Oh my goodness.
Echo Gamer coming through with another super chat, a 2-pound super chat. Love that work you do and keep it up. You know I will, brother. Brady Kilman says, ask Nightcop. First off, Max was in here. Aztec. He said, much respect to you. He's taking off. He did sub to you. And Brady wants to know, why did you shave your mustache?
Brady who?
Brady
Kilman.
Kilman.
Brady Kilman is in. Man, I banned him from my channel, man. That
Did
Brady
you?
Kilman would drive you insane, man.
Asking the same
Oh.
questions over and over again.
Repeat.
Hey,
He's
how's
doing
it
it in
going,
my
FTK?
chat too.
I'm like, did I say 10-9? 10-9 means repeat.
10-9,
I
yeah,
didn't
repeat,
say
yeah.
that.
Yeah, he's wanting to
But-
know why you shaved your mustache. He's just wanting to know why you shaved it. And I said, well, he said, what happened to his mustache? I said, well, I might be wrong, but I'm assuming he shaved it. I mean, so,
I
but he
did
wants to know
shave it,
why.
but there was
I
there
guess he
was a
wants to know why
reason.
you
'Cause
shaved
I
it.
like the mustache. I used to call my mustache my womb broom, right?
Oh,
Like
we call it-
I'm a playboy or something. I'm not. But that's what I call it, my little womb broom.
I just got that.
So I didn't want to get rid of it. I'm just saying the ladies like
The womb broom.
Miss Cindy, you like my mustache? I'm asking Miss Cindy. Now Miss Cindy's in my chat. She knew me when I was a police officer. I got I got 2 sisters in my chat. But this is why I shaved the mustache, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm so glad I didn't know that
Christ.
joke.
Oh my!
It was
Oh,
an
man.
elderly lady that I kind of became friends with. I'd stop by her house every now and then because she was just right off the state highway. You know, you just pull over in her little dirt yard, and she'd be sitting on the porch with her oxygen in her nose and a rocking chair and her cigarette. Right. So this bullshit they tell you at the hospital, oh, you can't smoke because of oxygen. Bullshit. Anyway, she's smoking. I knew her. 4 or 5 weeks later, are you okay? Breathe, CJ, breathe. Hold on, man. I'm coming.
The womb
Clear.
broom, man.
Clear.
I got people in my chat dying right now from that womb broom comment, man. Oh my gosh. Cookies.
Eden, how you doing, my man?
I'm good, Jeffrey.
The
You
girl-
don't need to.
I
I'm
gotta
good.
remember that.
I'm good. I don't want to know.
Just double checking cookies. I said,
You're not
I-
old enough to know.
Oh my
Hey, chocolate
god!
chip. You'd have to sign a release form. We
Oh, my
can't tell
God.
you, man.
Yeah, I don't want
Can't
to
tell
know.
you.
I don't want to know.
You don't know what a womb
I don't
broom
want to
is?
know. I'd rather not.
Look, here's what you need
You
to do.
one day.
Chocolate chip, this is very important. You need to get it on a training video. I mean, you can sign up for these classes, right? It's a
Oh my
it's
God,
like
Paul, yeah.
you can do a 20-minute training video or a 30-minute. Now, some people call it porn. I call it a training video. Okay. Just watch some of those training videos and you'll know what a womb broom is.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying. Not trying to be nasty or nothing. Just saying. Get on the training.
That was too much
But,
information.
Start now.
No, that's too much information.
We got a call from this old lady that I'd stop by. I'd see her out there quite a few times on her porch. Like I said, wearing her oxygen, smoking her carton of cigarettes, drinking her pot of coffee, all that. So we got a welfare check. Everybody's tied up. I'm going to go do the welfare check. Because I knew right where the house was. I knew this lady. Very nice lady. Very nice. She's about 96, 97 pounds. Real little person.
Oh wow!
I get there. First of all, I never knew she had cats because I always stayed on the ground while she's up at the porch, and I just, hey, darling, I'd call her by name. Hey, darling, I even told her we would flirt, right? And I said, darling, if you were 2 weeks older, I'd marry you. You're just such a sweetheart. You know, I mean, I've talked to her a lot. So we get this welfare check from her daughter. Hadn't been able to get a hold of her in 2 days. I go to the residence, pull in, front door's locked. I'm banging on the front door. Nobody comes to the door. I walk around because it's this huge porch, right? This porch goes all the way around the house on the sides. So you can walk around the porch. But I came down the stairs and walked in the dirt to the back. That's when I'd never been on the side of the house before because there's a lot of trees and bushes, but there's a lot of cats in the window. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know she had cats.
Right.
I get to the back door. As soon as I open that back door, guys, you cannot mistake a dead body. The smell of a dead body. There's no way to mistake it. The back door was open. I opened the back door, and that aroma filled my nostrils. My eyes are watering. I
heard it can stick to your clothes. It'll stick to you too.
Absolutely.
Like a skunk.
And
yeah.
I said,
So how long had she been like in there? How long had she been in the house like that?
Oh, dead? 3 days.
Wow.
Because the daughter said she hadn't heard from her in 2 days. She heard from her the night before of that, which would have made it 3 days.
Right. So, wow.
I get in the bedroom. I find her in the bedroom. I've already dispatched a 1051 to my location, which is an ambulance. And because as police officers, guys, that people don't know this, we can't announce people dead. If I shoot somebody or somebody else, I can't always dead. We can't do that. We're not the coroner, and we're not a doctor. We're not a medical professional. So you can't get on the radio and say, okay, yeah, she's deceased. You can't do that. You just call a 1051 and have them en route. 1051 gets there, EMT. Both of them are kind of new. They've been around probably 8-9 months. I've seen them. Now, you got to realize, I said 96 to 97 pounds, but when I walked into that bedroom, all the lights are off. It's daylight right now. It's about 7 o'clock at night. This woman looked like she was 350 pounds.
Wow.
Because her body had swelled. The gases in her body had swelled her whole body. Her body was like a huge balloon.
Yeah.
Here comes these EMTs. Oh, it was so nasty. They pick her up. You can't pick up just like a regular body when they're swelled, when they're bloated like that.
Right.
You got to be easy. You need one in the hands, one in the feet, one, usually two in the middle to kind of slide her over into the stretcher. They didn't do that. They just picked her up and her body popped.
Oh, Jesus
Christ.
Christ.
Bad smell.
Oh
my God.
Let a body pop on you. And that smell, 3 days, 4 days later, I burnt my uniform. Everybody there, you got to burn your clothes. You're not going to wash them and rewear them. That smell is embedded into these threads. I had to burn everything. But I didn't burn my mustache. 3-4 days later, I'm like, I still smell that. And when the officer, yeah, because it's this right. He touched me. He said, right there. I'm like, oh, shit, yeah. I shaved it. And
there you go. Wow, man. She
with my
popped.
mustache.
That's crazy. So let me ask you this. So was it hot out? Was it like hotter weather outside?
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah, it was summertime.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so that makes it worse, I would imagine.
You had the aroma of the cats and the cat shit and the dead body. Oh, it was like gagging.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I
Yeah.
smelled it before. What's worse is
My
to
God.
go up on an accident and have a body burn. That's
Right.
the worst smell I have.
Mm.
That's worse than walking to a house with
Yeah.
a body.
Man,
And any
that
officer is going to tell you that. Any officer that's ever worked a burn victim that's died in a car accident that's burnt up, that aroma goes miles. People from blocks away will smell it.
Pretty good.
Wow,
Nasty.
the smell of burning flesh. Yeah, it's
It's so
I know
nasty.
I've been down to the burn unit before, the hospital that I go to for my checkups, and I walked down to the burn unit one time, down by the burn unit, and you can like people in there that's been burned. You can smell them. You can smell that. And I heard that when you're burned and you live through it, it's not a pleasant experience of what they have to do to you in the hospital too. So
Thank God I haven't been burned like that.
oh
Thank God.
man,
Yeah,
because
You know
knock
what your
on
buddy
wood.
Waffle
scrape the
Waffle's
skin
saying?
off of you, and it's like really,
Mm.
it's terrible. Yeah, I've heard it's terrible.
My son was
Waffle Waffle's
burned.
in here. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Jeffrey.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
no. You're good. You're good.
I interrupt everybody. I just got to put me in
we
my
do
place.
that
Go
all the
ahead.
time. Yeah, we do that all the time on
well,
this.
you're okay, man.
My son was burned when he was I think like 2 years old, and my wife had made a cup. She got a cup of hot water for tea out of a Keurig, and if anybody has a Keurig machine, you know that water gets smoking hot. I mean, it's 1 degree below boiling, and she misjudged. It's not her fault. We didn't realize how far his reach had gotten, So she set the cup up on the counter, and I guess he was able to reach it, and he grabbed it, and it was above him. And when he grabbed it and tilted it, it hit him right here, but then went down his arm. Now he was wearing one of those. He was wearing one of those onesies, the cotton ones that hold in heat. Now my wife
What's a onesie? Wait, what's a onesie?
A onesie is the pajamas that you can put on, and then it zips from the foot all the way up to the neck.
Oh, underoos. Okay, I got it. I got 3 pairs of those. Yeah.
But they were thick cottons, and my wife instinctively picked them up and put them. We have a double sink, but it doesn't have that middle hump. It's just a extra wide sink. She threw him in there and started just instantly pouring cold water. And I remember when I pulled his arm out of his pajamas, his skin literally peeled. That top layer of skin literally peeled.
Oh my God.
He was about 2. I want to say he was 2 years old. Yeah, and we had to take him. He had to go through the process of, going to and no, he did not need any surgeries, any skin graft, but the healing process of it, it's bad, and the burns got to it. The burns, even the healing even got to a point where we're like, oh my God, is that infected? It was like purple and black, and we got a Golisano Children's Hospital here, the burn unit.
Yep.
Cookies, Golisano, right? He's a big time guy here in New York.
Yeah.
That hospital was amazing, but he's fully healed and not a stitch of a scar on him. But
he did Anthony, Jeffrey?
Yeah, it was Anthony, and he did not like to take baths or showers. Like even now, he doesn't like showers, and we think it's because after the sink, she took him upstairs to the bathroom and turned the shower on him just to cool him down. And the screams that he was letting off, it was just the most scariest fucking thing ever, So
when it's your own child, that was
kids take the life right out of you, man. They'll take the life right out of you. Thousands of times before they hit 18. It's like, yeah, these gray hairs. Well, no, just for men works for me. I don't have it. Well, they're coming back now. I got to use it again tomorrow. But yeah, I had 4 of those kids. Like, geez. But see, I can say there's never been blood tests because, like I said, they all look just like me. There's no way I can say they're not mine. So this is one time their mother didn't lie to me.
Oh, gotcha.
She was telling me the truth.
Chat. Yeah. Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, man. It's hey, I took a look at your channel there. I see Nightcop. Let me refresh there.
Because of you guys, I went from 582 subscribers to 613 now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Big shout out to everybody that went over and showed him
because of this show. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I'm trying to make it to 1,000 guys so I can get monetized and stay on YouTube.
Right. Yeah, guys, thank y'all for going over to sub of the Nightcop, man. We
thank you.
We all appreciate that. I know he does too, man.
Definitely.
Yes, I do. Because it's chocolate chip.
Yes, sir.
You don't think you're ever going to make it to 1,000. and then you do, and it's like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Good feeling.
Can I borrow some of your subs?
Yeah.
You got enough, don't you?
Yeah.
Absolutely is, Erica. Erica says it's a great community. It
Oh,
really.
it is.
Now,
It
do
is.
you game much?
Do I what?
Game?
That's how I went on Twitch.
He's played
Playing
FS17.
Yeah,
Oh,
FS7.
okay.
I designed a map on FS17 called Factory Farm.
Wait a minute, you designed that map?
Yeah,
What?
that's mine.
That's
I did it
yours?
under Nightcop 34 Designs.
Oh my God, you did that map?
That's my map.
Oh my
78
God.
factories, all that. But my problem now is I've been trying to learn how to convert it from 17 to 19. I
Right.
can't find anybody to help me on which XLM files I got to change, which coding I got to change to make my inputs, outputs, and all that at all my factories work.
Um,
So you played my map, my Campbell soup, and
and yeah,
ocean
yeah, man. I
spray, and
burned up some hours on FS17, man. I love him. I love
got the weed.
that's
FS15.
mine.
Huh?
I designed that map.
Wow, I
That's
can't
pretty
believe
cool.
that, man.
Yeah.
So I started
Wow.
off streaming back in 2019, and I wasn't really, I was streaming, but I was just in Giants Editor, putting all these factories and designing my factory farm. And
Mhm.
people just would watch me. I didn't have a lot of viewers, probably 6, 7, 8 at a time.
I've watched some of your older videos. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah. I've
Okay,
checked them
I didn't
out.
know that.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell by my Mickey Mouse voice?
I was just
But,
thinking he would make an amazing civ or officer in SLRP, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
really think he would make an amazing civ because you're witty,
What's a
you're
civ?
funny.
What's a civ?
Civilian SLRP is it's Grand Theft Auto with the police
Yeah, I know
mod.
that. I played
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, it's
I
RP.
streamed that.
Yeah, SLRP is a 5M community, so it's like LSPDFR but with real people. So I'm an officer in there. CJ and Cookies are civilians, civs,
Mhm.
and every patrol that they go on, they need to come up with a story that they're going to do, a crime or something that's going to get the attention of the cops.
We
You
have one
know?
tomorrow. We have one tomorrow. Patrol tomorrow.
Yeah, we have a patrol
Yeah. we have
tomorrow.
patrol tomorrow.
I
7
tried
7
that.
o'clock.
In 2017, my sons introduced me to the
5M?
5M community. And it's like, I will not play that game with real people. Every vehicle stop turns into a chase. Every connection with a human being turns into a gunfight. It's so
It's-
unrealistic.
No,
went into
that
a 5M
depends on
server.
the server that you go on. Like
Yeah.
SLRP.
SLRP is the most
I was on Blue
realistic
Line
server
Brothers.
you will ever be in. Yeah, it's the most. SLRP is realistic. They are very strict about how things go. They want things to be realistic at all times. So as far as getting to like a shootout every time you get into a traffic stop in there, it's
That
not
will
going to
not
happen in
happen.
there. It will. I mean, it's all realistic, and being a civ in there is so much fun. It's so much fun being a civ. I love it. I really enjoy it.
You want me to go from law enforcement to criminal? I got it.
Hey
Or-
man,
Trying to
we'll-
bring me to
or-
the dark
cookies
side.
can roll together, man. We can roll together and get it. We'll find
Yeah.
something to get into, man.
Or
Me and
once
cookies usually roll together, so
law enforcement applications open up again for LSSO, you could be a police officer with Jeffrey.
Hey,
yeah.
there you go. Hashtag. Yeah, I would love to throw some cuffs on Nightcop. There's the application right there. Hashtag
All
dropping
I
the
gotta do is
application.
I'll just put
There
my
you go.
badge on upside down and say I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Thank you for the cupcake. We got Jess. Jess is up in the chat. CJ and Cookies.
Hey,
What's up, Big
Hero,
Jess?
you're here.
Big Jess
Hero's
Gavin?
in the house. I just saw him. Shade, I haven't spoke. Arizona Food Critic. Now, see, Arizona Food Critic is my real life sister, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, okay.
She's God bless her. She helped me a lot after my fourth and final surgery. She was my little nurser for a little while. Thank you, darling.
Nice, man. It's always good to have family to show support for you in a time like that, man.
Yeah,
It's
it
always
was.
good. Yeah.
My son
That's
Kyle.
good.
God, thank God I had so many times in his life I wished I'd have just stopped at 3. But after I got injured, after my third surgery, he really came through. He was bringing me water and because I couldn't move. And
Right,
my son
yeah.
Kyle took really good care of me at the house.
Nice, man.
So,
Nice.
Matt Man is in the house. See, don't call him Matthew anymore. He's Matt Man. Just
Matt
like
Man.
Cookie, gaming with cookies. You can't have a generic cookie. You got to be a chocolate chip. I don't know why he hadn't changed his name to Chocolate Chip yet. Gaming
We
with
do need a
chocolate
new
chip.
Hold on,
Keegan.
guys. Excuse me for a second.
Actually, we don't need a new Keegan. We really don't.
Are you talking about The Walking Dead, Keegan?
No. There's Keegan on here. Oh yes. Keegan is a character from SLRP. See, that's the thing is a lot of these civilians, a lot of these civs in SLRP, they get reputable and they get the reputation of, when we run into them in the game, it's like, oh Jesus, all right, it's Keegan, so let's go do just like you when you're a cop and you have the norms, the repeated offenders.
We
the
always
regulars.
call them the regulars.
Yeah. We have some of those in SLRP, and Keegan is definitely one of them.
And Wallbanger's in my house.
Wallbanger,
Hey, Wallbanger.
Yeah, man.
I apologize.
Wallbanger's amazing, man.
Yeah, the Mexican.
He is.
Did you know? Here's what happened about 4 days ago. Mexican was in my stream in the chat, and we're chatting back and forth, and I'm picking at him like I pick at everybody. And I just said, Mexican, how you doing? I got a comment in that video the next day that said, "Oh, I see you call people Mexicans. Do you also call Jews Jews?"
I
You're
remember
letting
you
the
talking
racism
about
slip.
that. Yeah.
And I'm like, this idiot didn't have enough sense to just go look. What's his username? His username's
Right.
Mexican, you dumbass.
But you see what you're doing, Mexican? You're getting people in trouble.
Yeah, no, I told him. I said, you're going to have to change your name to like, SpongeBob. Something like that.
SpongeBob.
Something manly.
Jeez. Hey, somebody wanted me to ask you what your favorite police car was to drive when you were a
Ford
cop.
Explorer.
Ford
Yep.
Explorer, gotcha.
But I say again, it wasn't because of the way it handled. If I had to have something I never had a Charger. I see these in LSPDFR. I never had a Charger.
Mhm.
My selection was Crown Vic, Ford Explorer.
Ford
I like
Explorer.
the Ford Explorer because I'm a little guy and I like sitting up high so I can see the lines in the road. And
Right.
shit. Like I'm a big boy now. So
Right.
I liked it for that reason and getting prisoners in and out of that back seat. Guys, when you put these big old boys in the back of that car and their knees like melt into your cage, the metal part of your bottom of your cage in the back seat, you're thinking all the way to the station, oh shit, how am I going to get this Grizzly Adams son bitch out of the back of my car, right?
Right.
In a Ford Explorer, you don't have to do that. You don't have to tell them to watch their head. They just get in, get out. It's
And you
easy.
got to buckle
It's
them
so
up
much
too,
easier.
right?
Yeah, you have to help them.
I do see that
Get a
some states
hernia
have an
trying to get
easier.
these guys out of the car.
Some states have an easier way of buckling people now, where it's.
I didn't buckle nobody. I didn't buckle. I didn't wear a seatbelt. I never charged anybody for not wearing a seatbelt. I think that law is a bunch of bullshit.
I think
You
that
wanna
should be
wear
a
a seatbelt,
choice.
It's a choice.
Yeah,
If
I
you don't
think
wear a seatbelt, you're hurting only you. If you choose not to
True.
wear one, that's your choice.
That's true.
And I'll tell you something else a lot of people don't understand. Wearing a seatbelt, the only time a seatbelt's going to help you, ladies and gentlemen, is in a head-on collision. So if you could predict the kind of wreck you're going to have when you leave your house, then put it on. I'm not telling anybody not to wear a seatbelt. I'm just giving you the facts. I've cut a lot of dead bodies out of seatbelts, and everybody thinks they're so safe. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not
Right.
that safe. I'd rather be. See, people think, oh, I don't want to be thrown out the front window. As a level 3 accident investigator, if you're going to hit impact hard enough to throw you through the windshield, the front windshield's tempered glass, right? It's already exploded open. It's already done. It's gone. You're not going through the glass. You're going to go through an empty shell where the window used to be, or you're going to push that tempered glass all the way out. You're not going to bust through the windshield.
Right.
Right.
I'd rather be thrown from the car, let it burn on its own, than me to be trapped in it. You know how
Right,
hard it is
true.
in a panic to get that belt buckle off? I mean, you're like,
Right.
oh, the car's on fire. You're in a
Yeah.
panic mode. You're not going to get it off. I hate a
Yeah.
seatbelt. I hated the seatbelt law. Never pulled over anybody for seatbelt. Never wrote a seatbelt ticket, and never would. So
Yeah.
We need
I don't
more
wear a
cops
seatbelt
like you.
today. I don't wear a seatbelt anywhere. And these officers I hope I'm talking to officers that do it. Stop doing it. Your license plates expired. You don't work for the tax commissioner's office, buddy. Stop writing those bullshit tickets. Have some compassion for people. Say, hey man, go tomorrow and get your tag. You have a good day. I'm not writing no damn expired tag. I don't work for the tax commissioners. I give a shit if that guy paid his taxes on his tag.
Right,
I'm a law enforcement officer. I'm not working for the tax commissioner.
What about an inspection or not inspection, insurance?
Oh no, I'd put their asses in jail for not having insurance on that car. Because they're not just hurting them. They're destroying somebody else's property. What if they run into this 17-year-old little girl headed to high school? Now she's in the hospital for 2 weeks. I want that car insurance paying for her hospital bills because this idiot came over the white line or the yellow line.
Chris the cop is saying amen to your comment of the tags.
Thank you, Chris the cop. See, great minds think alike, man. What's your mama's name? Are we twins? What's your mama's name?
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with all these. Still today, these idiots are out there, and I call them, they're not idiots. The cops aren't the idiots. They're doing idiotic things. When I say idiot, I mean they're doing stupid things. Because see, when I was in law enforcement, when Chris the cop, we were German shepherds. Today, it's okay to be a poodle. Go out there and enforce the law as a poodle. I couldn't do it today. There is no way in hell I could be a cop right now.
Don't use shepherds anymore, right? Aren't they Malamutes or?
Yeah, I don't know what they are, but is the cuffs too tight? See, I used to say, hey man, them are brand new bracelets, man. They weren't made for comfort. You'll break them in. You're all right. And we could do a screen check on somebody running their mouth. You know, Chris the cop. You know the idiot sitting back there in the back seat saying, "I pay your paycheck."
Oh man, gotta love them guys.
I need a raise. I've been looking for you for months. And he keeps running his mouth, and then all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, this deer jumps out in front of my car. You got to hit your brakes really hard. You didn't mean for that cuffed prisoner to slam his face into your screen to make him shut up. That was not my intentions. I mean, afterwards, it wasn't. Before, maybe. But yeah, that's a screen check. And you get to the jail, and he's got this little zigzag line. Same shape of the screen. I don't know where he got it from. But yeah, you can't do that today. You'd be in a lawsuit.
Yeah. Every little thing now, that's the thing with cops, man. Every little thing now, man, people are suing cops for it, man.
And let me tell you something else. These I hear it all the time. Taser, taser, taser. Take those worthless piece of shit tasers, throw them in the garbage with the rubber bullets and the bing bags. Put all that shit where it belongs, in the garbage. If you need to use a taser, use your pepper spray. And that's not me being an old veteran. That's me being common sense. When you use a taser, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to, and they taught me this when I was being certified on a taser. We had 4 hours of classroom before we had to go out there and get tortured. The taser, you got to first look at what the suspect is wearing. If he's wearing a jacket, a thick sweater, you're wasting your time bringing out a taser. It's not going to penetrate. But I see these videos all the time. Guys got an Eskimo jacket on, and they're like, tase him, tase him. Oh, brother, are you stupid or just... But anyway, if the suspect doesn't have a shirt on at all, he's naked from the waist up. You can see his titties and everything.
Right.
Okay, now you got to evaluate what kind of drugs he's on. Because if he's high on drugs, taser's not going to work. He's going to reach down, pull those prongs out, and still come at you with that knife. Never bring a taser to a knife fight. Bring a gun to a knife fight.
Right.
But if you have to use your taser, just shake that pepper spray and just... He can't breathe. He can't see. His face is literally on fire, and he's on his knees. What is he going to do?
I've been pepper sprayed before, and that is no joke. Being pepper sprayed.
It's pretty bad.
It's awful. And I didn't even get the full stream to the face. It was just, I was running by a cop that was just spraying all of us kids that were at a party. We were all hiding. We were at a house party. We were all underage drinkers.
So
My
are
buddies-
you sitting there telling me that I'm in cahoots with a criminal right now? I didn't
straight
know this.
criminal, straight criminal. But we were all at it. My buddy's father moved to Florida, and the house was empty, had no power, and we were running an extension cord from the neighbor's house to the inside of this house, and we had the DJ table and everything going, and there was kegs, beers, liquor, and the cops were called. So all like 80 of us went down to the basement. And the way this basement was set up is if you could go up to the basement stairs, and the first landing you got to, you could turn right to go outside to the driveway, or you could turn left and go up these 3 steps that led you to a kitchen. Now, these 2 cops were in the kitchen talking to my buddy, who's trying to tell them to get out of the house and there's nothing going on here. And outside, there's 3 cops shining their flashlights into the basement. Pitch black basement, 100 of us down there. We're all being super quiet. We're trying to like dodge the flashlight, you know, as the cop is shining the flashlight through the windows. We're trying to move our feet so they don't see them. And all of a sudden, we heard the basement door open. And we heard my buddy say, they're coming down, everybody run. Everybody started bolting up those
Now we
stairs.
got freeing and attempting to elude on top of the other charges on you.
As we're all making a right-hand turn to run out the side door to go out to the driveway, the cop is in the kitchen just holding his pepper spray, spraying every kid that ran by him with the pepper spray.
I don't think that's
And
justified.
I don't know.
These
He
are
got me on
juveniles.
the side of
Are
my
these
face and
juveniles?
huh?
These are juveniles.
I was about I think I was 16 or 17 at the time.
Oh,
Yeah,
no way.
you're
I
juvenile
would
then.
never do that. Never
Yeah.
do that.
Man,
No
he
way.
was spraying us good too, man, and it got me on my left side. And yeah, I mean, even just a little bit, it didn't hit me in my nose or my mouth, but you can't breathe. Your nose instinctively just starts dripping like a fucking it's just crazy the way every
Now-
orifice of your face starts dripping and drooling.
Oh, it does. And snot.
Yeah.
You didn't even know was part of your body. It's like you think you've got like tapeworms and shit coming out of your nose, right? 'Cause it's
Yeah,
just
man.
like
Is it that
when I was
bad?
certified on it.
Awful.
Oh,
It's
bad.
awful, man.
Oh.
And I didn't even get like I said, it wasn't even like to the face like officers can do. You know, they spray you right in the face. It's because they tell you to spray down and go up with it, right? Or just spray,
No.
just hit him in the
shoot 'em
face.
in the face. I
Yeah,
don't go up or nothing. But I know Hero just said you can't use it when it's windy. You can use it when it's windy because the power of the spray that comes out of the pepper spray is not, unless it's a hurricane,
yeah,
it's not going to be affected that much. What you've got to watch out for, if the wind's blowing this way, you don't want other officers over here.
yeah.
Or you don't want to spray. I don't want to spray other officers because you'll never, not because I care that, oh, they got a little pepper spray, but I'll never live it down. Hey, watch out for Patterson. He's spraying everybody, you know. I'll have to listen to that shit for days that I sprayed another officer. And all of us, anytime you use pepper spray, guy, you're going to get some on you. There's no way. If you're going to handcuff the suspect, you're going to put him, you're going to get some of that on your hands and you're going to do that. And now it's here. And the other officers got it on him. That's the only bad thing about pepper spray. But it's a hell of a lot better than a taser. I wish I'd throw them damn things in the garbage. I see so many officers rely on them like that is their safety net, the taser.
Yep.
I don't know what they're teaching them there. They taught us you got to evaluate all these things before you use that taser.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's my Oprah Winfrey moment right there, guys. I apologize. I got a little carried away. Chocolate chip, are you breathing, man? I see you moving just a little bit. I mean, you're making me nervous. Are you okay? Okay, there he is.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm good.
chocolate chip. He's still with us, guys.
Because I think I know what should be part of your next giveaway. That hat you're wearing.
Hell
There you
yeah. I told
There
him.
you
That's the
go.
first thing I said to him. I said, I'll give you 25 cents for that hat. Do you know he didn't even come into negotiations? He just said no.
I would have said it's worn by
Oh,
me.
really?
That's $15 easily, right, Cooks?
Signatured right under here, under the brim.
Yep.
There you go.
worn and signed by Cookies. Yeah, you man, that'd be a good little giveaway prize there.
I got to give away I got to do a giveaway for CJ Farms too, since we hit 1K over there. I got to do copy of FS19. There's going to be a big surprise gift with it. So
Yeah, and my
Shane said in
is
their
only.
county they can't even afford tasers. That's a good thing, Deshane. That's a great thing. You don't want them.
Yeah, it does,
And
man.
is Ketchum still here? Is Chris the cop still here? Chris?
Yeah, he's still here.
See, we're like this now, man.
Oh, he said
I-
amen. He said he doesn't even wear his. He said he doesn't even wear his taser gun.
Wow,
wore it.
really?
I got certified on it, and I had it. I used it twice in my career. Twice. I didn't like it either time. I had it over here beside my radio, and it stuck out. And when I'd sit down, it would poke my little ribs because I'm a little guy. You know, I don't have a lot of room on my Batman belt for everything that I want to fit because I got a little waist. But that thing would poke me. I used it twice. I carried it for maybe a year, and I put that son of a bitch and the cartridges in my cargo bin in my trunk, or in my, you know, you lift the Ford Explorer up, and we got bungee cords holding everything in there and stuff. It was really a cool setup. I put it in one of those cargo bins. That's where it stayed. I never had it on my belt again, and I never wanted it. It's a waste of belt space.
Pepper spray is way more effective, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You hit, I don't care what he's whacked out on. He could be on heroin with cocaine and barbiturate, anything, Tylenol PM. I don't care what he's on. I hit him with pepper spray. Even if he don't feel the burn, he can't breathe.
Right, right.
He's going to his knees.
It's going to
And the minute
incapacitate
he hits
him.
his knees, we're cuffing him.
Without a doubt. Chris says he carries a SAP, S-A-P.
Like a aspeton? What's a sap?
Oh, ASP, A-S-P.
Yeah, ASP, aspeton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it extends. You can, you know.
Yep.
Is that the ones you
break it
flip
down
out
and
with
it
your
fits right-
hand?
Yeah, you just go like that and it comes
Yeah.
out. And I'll tell you what, I've seen a lot of these videos have you guys seen the videos where officers are trying to break the glass? Like, because get out of the car. No, break. And they're sitting there like a hammer trying to.
That, yeah.
This is
Well,
what,
what is
I
SAP?
don't know where they were
Chris?
trained, but you take your aspeton that's not extended, and there's a metal piece that's at the end. You know, the outside rear view mirror of a car, if you hit it right there one time, it's tempered glass. That's the weakest part of the window.
Yep.
And it would just go.
That's
it.
shatter, yeah.
One hit. And
When's your
everybody's beating the head.
When is your next stream, Nightcop? When's your next stream?
Oh, I stream every night at 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
From 6 o'clock to 9:30. And then on Fridays and Saturdays, I stream till 10.
Okay.
Because my beautiful wife, and guys, if you've seen my wife, you'd say, holy shit, number one, you don't deserve her. Number two, you married way up. And I did. She's from the Philippines.
Right.
You want to talk about a blessing. How God ever blessed me with this woman in my life. She's not only my best friend, she makes me want to be a better person. Oh, no, she
Right.
makes me a better person. She really does. So she gets off at 10 on Fridays and Saturdays. So I end my stream when she gets off work, and then during the week, 9:30. So that's the reason I end my stream on those times, ladies and gentlemen, because my beautiful wife is headed home.
Right, yeah. Significant
So-
other is a good thing to have, man. That's a good thing to have.
Amen.
Behind every good man is a wonderful, great woman.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Any man that
That's
tells you
right.
different, they're with the wrong woman.
Yeah, pretty
Telling
much.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
train guy, you may be a little too late. We may be wrapping it up here soon, but better late
Yeah.
than never, right?
Oh, hell, I thought we were having a sleepover. It's not a slumber party. I brought the marshmallow treats, you know, the Rice Krispie treats and everything.
S'mores? Oh, the Rice Krispie
Chocolate chip
treats.
brought the chocolate chip.
Well, listen, Nightcop, we're going to continue, man. You know, in this community, we're going to continue to hype up your channel, man, and we're going to continue to send people your way
100%.
as
Yeah,
much
because I'm
as
part
we
of this
can.
family now.
Oh,
You guys have
man,
already
yeah, you're
adopted
here,
me.
man.
There's
You're
no
stuck.
yeah.
You can't go anywhere. You're stuck here with us, man.
Because Nightcop is the creepy uncle.
Yeah, Uncle Bob was in here earlier. Now that you say uncle.
Uncle.
Uncle Bob. Yeah, I'm the uncle.
No, uncle. As long
Yeah,
as you're family, right?
Yeah, man. But
Absolutely, it
listen,
doesn't matter.
every time you come to my live stream, I'm going to drop your link. I'll come to your live streams as much as I can. You know, because I live stream Monday through Friday myself. Well, pretty much all, 7 days
Yeah,
a
but
week.
see,
But
That's a feat because you have little children at home. See, all my kids are grown. I actually have a room for rent sign out front to prove it. They're all moved out.
right.
So I just have to worry about me.
Right.
And Jeffrey's over
Yeah.
there like, God dang, he really went and bought a for rent sign? No, man, I was kidding. It was a joke. I
Somebody
saw the
asked
light
him
bulb flickering off and on above his
No,
head when I
Jim,
said that. So I wanted to
somebody wrote,
clarify.
ask him to sing Dunkin' Donuts, and I'm thinking like, what the
Oh,
hell?
the Dunkin' Donuts song.
Dunkin' Donuts. Now, I usually do it the Chickmunk song, right? I don't think I have it tonight. But guys, for those of you who have nightmares from my singing, I apologize in advance, and I take no responsibility. That Dunkin' Donuts. You can't buy them at a grocery store. No, CJ, you can't get them there. Dunkin' Donuts. They're not for sale at a restaurant. Dunkin' Donuts. You can't buy them at a factory. Jeffrey, you can only get them at Dunkin' Donuts. It's worth the trip. That's my Dunkin'.
There you go,
It
Brady.
sounds better
There
with
you
a
go.
Chickmunk. He sings a lot better than I do.
Oh man, that's great.
I got
Dunkin'
the
Donuts
Conway
song.
Twitty boys, right?
Conway Twitty. I love Conway Twitty, man.
Oh, I do too.
Oh,
love
yeah.
Twitty.
Hello, darling. I'm talking to you, Jeffrey. Hello, darling. Nice to see you. It's been.
I appreciate you guys going over subbing tonight.
Oh,
Some
man.
people think they went over to
Oh
sub to you,
man, that was
man.
incredible. You know what? Before we went live, ladies and gentlemen, an hour or so before we went live, me and CJ and Jeffrey, we were here plotting, right?
Mhm.
And I said, you know, I've got
Plotting, yeah.
582 subs.
Mhm.
And CJ said, oh no, you'll get over 600 tonight. And I'm like, no way. And I remember
Yeah.
walking downstairs, I'm like, over 600. I'm going to be happy with 595, okay? I would have been happy. But thanks to you guys, thanks to CJ, Jeffrey, and Chocolate Chip, I've got 614 subs. I'm
Nice,
way
man.
over halfway to
Nice.
the
You're at
1,000 that I need.
619
Thank you,
now.
guys.
Oh, was he at
619?
619?
Oh, let me. Is it
619.
really 619?
Yeah.
620 now.
620,
Holy
620.
shit.
So yeah, everybody, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wrap up my stream. Listen, his link is the first link down below. If you have not subscribed to Nightcop yet,
Absolutely.
you need to go check this guy out, man. He is obviously, you already know he's an amazing guy. You heard what he did for his state, and you know what he does for us. So great content, a funny guy, man.
Yeah, man.
None of his streams will have you sitting there like, oh, I'm bored, I'm
No.
gonna leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Trust me, he's very engaging and he reads his chat faithfully. Go check him out. Go show him some love. He's linked right down below. To all the members in here, don't forget, including you, Echo, who just became a member. We do have the members only giveaway coming up in just a few days, so be on the lookout for that. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out. Nightcop, thank you so much for coming on the show. We'll chat some more after.
No, thank you
we
so
end the
much
stream.
for inviting me on this show.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
man.
man,
Absolutely.
It was an honor.
Absolutely.
It was a
Yeah.
true honor for me to
It was
be on here with
awesome.
you guys.
Awesome having you here, and everybody in
It
the
was.
chat that has been very interactive in the chat and asking questions and showing their you know, their good, you know, everybody here. Much respect for Nightcop.
Absolutely.
CJ Cookies, always a pleasure rolling with you guys, as you already know. I love you all so much. Just be safe, be healtly, and be
Come here,
positive.
Jeffrey, come here, give
Yeah.
me a kiss. Good night. Good night. Good night.
My
sweetheart.
camera's way.
Come here.
You're at 625 now, Nightcop.
Wait, hold
You're
on.
at 625.
I got something for you, Jeffrey. Hold on.
Hold on, y'all.
Sleep tight and pleasant dreams to you, Jeffrey. There's a
And-
wish and a prayer that all your dreams come true.
They
And
already have.
now till we meet again. Adios. Au revoir. I'll be the same. Good night, Jeffrey.
That was
Hey,
great.
Nightcop,
That
you're
was
at
great. I like that. We're gonna have to give that
625
applause.
subs now, man.
Ah, wow. Moving up quick,
625, yeah.
man. That's awesome, man. Thank you all so much for going over.
Yeah, man.
And
Thank you, guys.
I saw that. That's hilarious, man. So yes. Mexican said I just unsubbed after he sang.
I don't blame you.
God.
I don't blame Mexican.
Oh
I
my
do
God.
apologize for the
He said I don't blame him.
mental
He's
instability
always-
that you're going to
oh,
face
God.
tonight. I'm
He's
sorry.
always-
Alrighty, guys, that's gonna do it for this another episode of Meet the Gamers Live. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to smash the like button. And guys, I do appreciate you guys getting me to 1K. It is a great milestone, guys. I do greatly appreciate it. Until next time, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, guys. Peace.